Hello everyone! Hello everyone! Are you guys ready? I'm not ready. I didn't prepare an intro for this. Hello! We have S-Train here! Oh wait, let me introduce myself first. Hello! This is your Commander Char reporting for duty. How's everyone doing? Yay! Are you guys ready? We're having a Reddit AMA today. We're gonna be talking about it live! Yay! S-Train, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm S-Train. I am, I suppose, the self-titled CCO of Tsunderia, and I do a lot of things behind the scenes. I'm sure most people know me as the administrator for all of the Cinderia servers on Discord, but I do a lot more behind the scenes stuff too.
Yeah, we're in cardboard boxes right now. You guys enjoy? We're putting all our funds into VTubers, so this is we're making things work with whatever we have. Okay. And yeah, how's the volume, everyone? Isn't S-Train's voice amazing? It's good? Alright. We can chit chat for a bit more and wait for more people to come. But
Yeah.
The format of this is mainly going to be me asking the questions and S-Train answering most of them. But he's going to throw some my way, and I hope I'm prepared to answer them because I'm not a very prepared person.
Oh, you'll do fine. To address some of the comments, CCO is Chief Communications Officer, and what was the other one?
CEO? CTO?
CTO? I don't know what that is.
Technology?
Yeah. Kind of figured. That'd probably be you, honestly.
Yeah, probably.
The one that said I could be a sports commentator. Funny you should say that specific career, because I did that for a few years. I quite enjoyed it for the time I was in it, but yeah, athletics as an industry is yabai.
Yabai. You said yabai. Okay. Oh man, I'm not ready. But okay.
I'm the one that has to answer all these questions.
You're better at talking than I am.
Yeah, there are 45 questions that we're going to be addressing through the Reddit.
Oh my god. Well, I bet so many people would buy your voice pack.
That's something to think about for the future. I got a lot more stuff on my mind, besides what to say.
Man, my character froze. What do I do? Oh, there we go. PPP's like, I'm the CTO though. No. Shh. Go back in your seat. It's okay.
in your CEO high chair.
Okay, let's get started then. Okay, I'm gonna start asking some questions. Let me pull them up. So these questions, I'm gonna read them exactly as they were written. There's a lot of like misspellings and grammar mistakes, so let's embrace it all.
Oh yeah, sounds good to me.
So, Blue Tomato 10836. What's Sundaria, and can others join, or is it private?
I love it. At the very basic explanation is that Cinderia is a VTuber agency in sort of the same style as Hololive and Niji Sanji and Voms. We're based in the US. focused on English language streams, but we aim to be international, as evidenced by Pudding's Messiah Lace channel. As of now, the only full-time staff of Cenderia are myself, Char, PPP, and one very, very new marketing and operations manager. And that's it. And if by join, you mean as a streamer, we just closed applications for our next generation of streamers last week, and we are in the process of going through them right now. But if you mean as an employee, we aren't filling any spots in like the back office stuff at the moment. But in the near future, there will be spots that need to be filled, and we'll be announcing those through the company Twitter, most likely.
Follow our Twitter for company news. and Pudding, you're supposed to be in class? What are you doing in here?
She's learning about the company she works for now.
That's true. This is required. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I'm excited for new people to join. Okay. Moving on. Azure, where did the name Sundaria come from? What's the story behind it?
I have no idea. The name was already in place by the time I was taken on, so you probably have a better idea about that than I do.
Well, I want to answer it, but I have no idea either, so I have PPP's answer here. He didn't want me to read the whole thing, but I will read the whole thing for everyone's sake. The painful truth is that it's exactly what you think. Oh. It's a play on Tsundere, and the Ria part was chosen to make it sound kingdomy.
Kingdomy?
Like the Tales of series, Tales of Symphonia, Tales of Vesperia, Bercia, Esteria. But don't say that. They're my favorite games from childhood. Yamero! And I said perfect. So did here it is. So now you know. I didn't make up the name. It was already here when it was just kind of decided.
Also, I really want to see the box art for Tales of Cinderia. Someone really needs to get on that.
Bro, that would be so cool. Tales of Cinderia, oh my gosh. Dude, Cinderas are so... I don't know. It's like...
They're sort of a trope now.
Yeah.
There are only like one or two that I can sort of get behind the reasoning for, but there's no denying their popularity for sure.
But they were popular like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, right?
15 years ago? What was I even doing then? That was like 2 lifetimes ago.
I was a baby, probably. Okay, next question. By Fluffy Fish. How many people work behind the scenes in Cinderia? I only heard of S-Train and PPP before, not including people who are just mods. Are they the only staff members who support the VTubers? And do you guys plan to expand the management once the company gets bigger and have more VTubers?
Okay, so here's the entire staff list of Cinderia. There's PPP as the president / CEO, myself as the CCO, and I've kind of fallen into like the manager role. Stuff like making schedules and like coordinating communication between PPP and the streamers, stuff like that. Char is, as well as being a streamer, she is, I'm not gonna say the PA for PPP, but more like his alarm clock. Sort of like, you basically just poke him to like, hey, do this.
Yeah.
You need to do this, and yeah. And then we literally took someone on to take charge of marketing and operations like 2 days ago. And that's it. That's the entire staff list. As for expansion, that's definitely something.
I didn't ask that question yet. Oops. Wait. Am I supposed to read like both the questions if they're like not separated by a blank space?
Yeah, but I mean, in this case, both the questions were asking kind of the same thing.
Okay.
Like, Fluffy Fish asked about expansion. B-Rai, the science guy, asked about future positions. So,
Okay. Okay, so moving forward, some of these questions will be bundled together if they're asking similar questions. I didn't realize this earlier. Okay. So
we're very prepared.
Yeah. Bree, the science guy, would ask, would future positions open up for Cinderia? Not as a VTuber. I would love to work and support you guys.
That's wonderful. I appreciate the support already just by being a fan and watching our streamers. Expansion is something we're going to need to do in the near future. There are some like wish list positions that we're going to need to fill, like video editors. We're looking at possibly adding in-house illustrators. That's something that I've been looking for a couple months now. But those are still a little ways down the line.
Nice. Yeah, more people. Well, we're kind of adding as we need to and as we go. If we add too many people all at once, it might be out of control. We need to make sure we can actually take care of everyone before, adding more people. So
Yeah, exactly. The first priority.
Yeah.
The first priority is making sure that the streamers that we have now are set and taken care of, and everything is sort of stable with them before we can talk about expanding into other things. But we do have we have some immediate like short-term goals, and we have some pretty lofty long-term goals that we're working towards right now.
Okay, next, Benjinis asked, can we learn more about PPP?
So I gave him this question, and his response was, quote, "Yes, eventually," unquote. So there you go.
Eventually. PPP shy, right? PPP debut, no.
Yeah, that I can safely say that I'm going to debut way before he does. way before he does.
Yeah. Anyways, next question. The Jazzman asked, honest question, how much work have you been under since Sundaria announcement, S-Train? Are you doing okay mentally, physically?
So this question was really touching, actually. Because the running joke is that just the stress from dealing with all of the stream chats has driven me to a life of alcohol and more alcohol, which I'm not gonna lie, dealing with the various stream chats is a unique experience that I don't think anything has really adequately prepared me for. But this is kind of a long story, so you're gonna have to bear with me. Yes, it is story time with S-Train again, live on stream. So when I started with Cinderia, the company that I was working for at the time was shut down completely due to COVID. So I was able to dedicate all of my time to Cinderia, which at the time was just Kana. And when it was just moderating Kana's streams, it was like a few hours a day. She was streaming like 5 days a week, I think, back then. And then, chatting with PPP about other things I could do to help out. But when the Discord server opened, it was a lot worse. Because I was really the only moderator of the server. Because like Kana and PPP were there too, but they were, worried about stream stuff, which kind of left the Discord to me. And there were a few hundred people in the server, in a brand new server, and everyone was just sort of bouncing off the walls, trying to figure everything out, going a little bit crazy. So I was probably sleeping for that first week about 4 hours a day, and that's being pretty charitable. And modding for the other 20 because I couldn't leave it unattended for too long. So when I did get some moderation help, I slept a lot better, and I was able to sort of focus more of my attention on Cinderia instead of just making sure that the server didn't explode. But my job reopened in, I think, June. Pretty sure it was June. And when I really looked at how much time I was spending working and commuting, it was like 50 hours a week.
Yeah,
including the commute. And it was also a job that I was working 2 to 10 in the morning. So I was waking up a little past midnight to do that. So my schedule was crazy. So yeah, spending 50 hours a week, including the commute, was way more stressful than being able to work from home doing Cinderia things, which is what I'm doing now. Even though I'm still spending like probably 13, 14 hours a day doing Cinderia things, which is pretty normal for me. Spending 13 hours doing doing behind the scenes things, but it's still way easier than commuting 5 days a week, working with the general public in the midst of a global pandemic, which is what I was doing. Honestly, if you guys can avoid it, definitely avoid it, because it's like Black Friday every day out there. I do not recommend interacting with the general public in groups. Right now, it's absolutely crazy. So I'm really thankful that now I only have to go outside to get the mail and get food so I don't die. So to answer the second question, my mental health is a lot better now. Way better. I get to be home with my dog and 2 cats. I get to know that I'm helping grow a company that brings joy to tens of thousands of people every day. It's a really good feeling. It's a really satisfying feeling. As far as physically, once my bowling leagues open up again, I'll be 100%. Just waiting for September. I think that was the last time I heard about bowling alleys opening up again. So I'm looking forward to that.
Do you have a bowling schedule? Like how often do you have to play?
I mean, it's really up to me. I prefer being in 2 leagues at the same time. Usually kind of spaced out during the week, like Monday, Thursday is kind of the best time to do it.
Oh, okay. So you won't leave us too much.
No. It'll only be 2 times a week, maybe like the occasional weekend tournament.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's like maybe once a month that'll happen.
Do you win a lot often?
Do I win a lot often?
Do you win often?
I don't think I've ever come in first. Was it last year? COVID has completely destroyed my my imagining of the calendar. So I don't know if this was 1 or 2 years ago, but there was a league I bowled in that was on harder oil patterns. Like not the normal ones that, like, if you were to go into a bowling alley.
I have no idea what that means.
So there's oil that's on the lanes. That's why it's
patterns? Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh yeah.
Huh? Excuse me? Is this
Did I just blow your mind?
Damn. That's amazing.
Yeah, so like depending on the oil, it can be really easy or really hard to get the ball to do what you want it to do. Yeah, so I was in a league that was using a harder category of oil patterns. And at the end of the league, we had a big tournament for everyone that was in the league. I think it was like 60, 70 people. And I came in second, only to the owner of the pro shop, who has bowled, I would say, somewhere on the order of like 40 perfect games. So he's really, really good. And honestly, I shot a great game. So like, I think I have the screenshot of what our scores were, but it was seriously like 220 to 260. That's like, I shot a 220 on a hard oil pattern and lost. Okay, I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah, I would be scared if I beat the owner though. That sounds scary. Like, what if he kills you so he wins next year? Like, that's scary.
I mean, the prize for first place was like an extra $150 in a bowling ball, and he gave me the ball because he didn't like the brand. So, so I still got the ball out of it.
No, so you still won, pretty much.
Basically, I mean, he got like an extra $150, but whatever. The ball was worth $150, so I'll take that as an appropriate trade.
It's amazing. Okay, that was a nice learning moment for everyone, I think.
Oh yeah, I'm a big bowler. I love bowling. I really miss it.
Okay, moving on. The next question is 3 questions combined, so I'm gonna try to read them all. Walking Places asked, when Kana debuted, was Cinderia something that was planned all along, or did it only come into being later? If it was later, at what point did it happen? When did she become involved in the company? Wonderful Lime 2768 asked, what is Tsunderia's main goal at first? Now Tsunderia has become a famous VTuber company. What are you hoping to achieve for the next future? I don't know if we're famous.
Fame is sort of relative.
Yeah. P.S. I appreciate all your hard work and other Cinderia VTubers too. Thank you for entertaining us. And last but not least, Low Quarter 9016. How did Cinderia start it as a company, and what are their ambitions for the future? Okay, it's a lot of
there's a lot to unpack there. That's for sure. About Kana and when the partnership, I guess would be the best word for it, between Kana and Cinderia. This is the question I've seen the most, and I think there's the most concern and misinformation about. To put it rather bluntly, there was no Kamiko Kana before Cinderia. Kamiko Kana did not exist. TPP wanted to start a VTuber agency, so he asked Kana, in quotes, the streamer, if she wanted to be a VTuber with his venture. She agreed, and that's the TLDR of it, basically. And Kana was not supposed to be the first. That just sort of happened, because Char was supposed to be the guinea pig. But you had a pretty severe injury that prevented you from streaming, right? Like in April, I think it was.
Man, it was more than that. So, because like February, March-ish, like I talked about this in my debut stream. Like, the company I was working at like went under, so I got laid off. So I was actually job hunting, and that's when PPV was asking me for help. And I sent him like a MacBook to do development, and he asked me if like I would like to be a VTuber, and I was like, I can't. I have to pay. I need to be able to pay for my rent and everything.
Rent is important.
I can't. Yeah. And then, so I did find a job, and then COVID happened, and I lost that job the day I was supposed to move. And then before I went back into right before I went back into job hunting, I was climbing my apartment and I fell 6 feet, and I fractured my pelvis. So I was bedridden for a week, and then I got back into it, and I got another job in a week, and then I moved, and yeah, and then from there on, I was able to, actually start everything. But yeah, I was physically and financially unable to become a VTuber because you know my rent costs a lot. I don't live with my parents, so yeah, I don't have I don't have you know a safety net unlike everyone else. So so yeah, that's why I couldn't become a VTuber first. Yeah, it was 6 feet because I was doing a figure 8 on a pull-up bar, and I fell. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, and to answer the question about the future, what we would like, sort of in broad strokes, is we'd like some more varied personalities. We want I don't know what's the sort of nice way of putting it. We want to have a lot of different types of people represented, essentially. We'd like more nations represented, because right now it's just America and the Philippines, and there are a lot of applicants from other countries that we're looking at going like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize that there were VTuber fans there, but there are VTuber fans all over the world. So, yeah, having more nations represented would be kind of a cool thing too. And more music. We want music. Char, Pudding both love to sing, and we really want to get their voices out there in the music world as soon as we can.
Hope you guys are excited for cover videos.
I know I am. That's something that when I first got taken on, I was like, so music. That's we're doing that, right? Yeah, and we've made some pretty good contacts in the music industry already. So we're going to probably start moving in that direction pretty soon. But yeah, that's been a big interest of mine, certainly, as soon as I got taken on. So be excited.
Okay. Let me clear my throat.
Seven Nation Charmy cover.
I coughed and my character froze.
Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna continue anyways. Oh, okay, there we go. Sano Moe, Alex, what is the original goal of Tsunderia regarding the VTuber market, and what are your current objectives? Have you imagined Cinderia would be so popular as now?
I have no idea what the original goal was. I got taken on between Kana's streams, Undertale 1 and 2. So, I sort of just fell into it.
Oh, I think I'm supposed to answer this, but PPP wrote something, so I'll read it. I don't, you know, like, I might seem like a driver of Cinderia, but I'm really just here to, like, guide and assist. Like, the goals, they're not mine, they're PPP's. So, I'll read his answer for this.
Yeah, he's sort of the he's sort of always been in control of the creative direction, I suppose would be a good way to put it. We're just trying to help that vision become reality.
So let me read this. Our original goal of Sundaria was to develop EN VTubers at a quality comparable to what you will see in the East. At the time of Sundaria's conception, the English VTuber community was still in its infancy, and we noticed a gap in the market that we wanted to fill with high-quality production. A lot has changed now, but we're still focusing on delivering high-quality entertainment to our audience. We want to help develop this community by making English VTubers more accessible to the masses and offering independence, things they might not have been able to achieve on their own.
That last part's really important too. That stuff that they wouldn't have been able to achieve on their own. And I know that's been probably your driving force throughout this whole thing.
Yeah, I think like the main barrier to becoming a VTuber is the money, right? And also other resources. So I think being able to provide that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. And I know we're going to talk about that in a question that's coming up. But as for the success, which success is a very relative term because it's like, right, it's been almost half a year now. That's longer than a lot of VTuber companies stick around for. So like in that regard, we can be considered successful, but I don't know. I know that I know that all of us want more. Like we want more people to tune in because we think we actually have something worth tuning in for, and we are going to be growing a lot in terms of the different, I guess, related industries. Which is why I'm very happy that we have someone in charge of marketing and operations now.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
But the exposure that we do have and the success that we do have, and how fast it happened was a complete shock to everyone. Because when I first saw Kana, I think the first time I was exposed to Kana was I got one of her YouTube ads, and that was how I found out that Kamiko Kana was a channel. And the first video I watched was I think that was the day after she streamed the convenience store. So of course the first thing I did was I went to the comments, found the timestamp for the locker jump scare, and I was like, all right, here's the test. And clicked it, I heard the squeal and was like, all right, so I guess I have to watch the rest of the stream now. And I did, and my very first thought was, this girl's a natural streamer. And I was totally blown away by just how natural it all seemed. So when I saw that she was streaming Undertale the next day, I was like, oh, I have to be there for that. I really hope she has mods because it's Undertale. Yeah, when I found out that one, she didn't, which honestly terrified me, especially for a game like Undertale. And two, that PPP, who I had known, for years previously, was actually looking for someone to mod. I was like, okay, I have to do this. I have to do this as a public service.
Is your calling?
Yeah, exactly. Because I was like, I was doing what I could for Undertale 1. Trying to make sure chat wasn't like, do this and then do this and that's how you get through this. It's like, well, okay, you play it then. What are you doing here? You clearly want to play this game more than you want to watch someone play it. Yeah, so I wanted to help out with that. And then when I found out that, like, oh no, this is going to expand and be a bigger thing, then I wanted to help because I really believed in Kana. And then I found out that Char was going to be a streamer. I went, oh yeah, of course. Of course that makes sense. And then I met Pudding and was like, oh my gosh, what a talent pool. I have to stay on with this. So like I knew the potential for success would be there. Like with every new thing that I picked up and learned and saw, I was like, okay, this really does have the potential to not only be fantastic, but that a lot of people would be interested in this sort of content. But I don't think anyone thought that Kana would explode the way that she did. But we're all really happy that people found her and noticed. And by extension, Pudding, who has picked up a great Filipino following. It's really special. It's really special to watch. All of this stuff happen that we had no idea would take place. I mean, we haven't even been out for half a year, and people love the content that's being put out. It's a really gratifying feeling to be a part of.
Mm-hmm. It's been quite an adventure, I must say. Every day is exciting.
It's 2020. Of course, every day is exciting. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. But it's I don't know. I like dynamic environments, so this is really fitting for me.
That's a really nice way of saying that you thrive in chaos.
Yeah. I do. I love chaos. I really do. That's a good way of putting it too. Okay, moving on. Coroner Kid asked, does Tsunderia function like Hololive and Niji Sanji? Do you have expectations for potential and current Sundaria VTubers to be more like idols? And Toxinator Bob asks, is Tsunderia more of an idol company or just a VTuber company?
That last question is really interesting because idol culture, which used to be like just a Japanese thing, and to another extent a Korean thing, but definitely like an East Asian thing, has really crept into American culture. So it's interesting seeing something like idol culture be referenced in what's essentially an American company. But in structure, we are going to be very similar to those other groups. But I really don't think we'd ever expect idol cultures around the streamers, even when we do get into the music production aspect, because we really like the high community interaction, like what we're doing now, and in the Discord servers, definitely in the Discord servers. all of our streamers are extremely active in the Discord servers, so if you want the opportunity to interact more with everyone, join the servers. It's a really fun time. But we do have future plans to produce songs, both covers and original songs. That's something that we want to do. But putting out consistent streams and getting consistent stream schedules will always be our top priority.
And yeah, I think like for idol cultures, you can't interact with your audience as much. And at first, we weren't sure if we really wanted Discord servers, but like after talking with Kana's Discord like members, I decided I wanted my own. But that's really dependent on the VTuber, like if they want a Discord server or not.
Yes, definitely. It's something that we encourage because, like everything that Kana has done, it's been sort of a test run. But Kana's server, even though it was absolute mayhem for the first 24 hours, like the most chaotic environment I think I've ever seen on the internet, and that's really saying something. Once everyone sort of got settled in, and a community ended up forming, it was really interesting to sort of watch the changes, and we've had eras in what was formerly known as the Fox Den. Now it's just called Mofu Mofu. It'll always be the Fox Den in my heart. But yeah, it really is a community, and this has been mentioned a few times in that server. The original idea was to take that one server, the Fox Den server, and transition that into a sort of an overall Cinderia server where all the Cinderia fans could sort of congregate. But the community that grew in Kana's server was too good. We couldn't change it. It would have been really bad. It would have almost been a betrayal, to be honest.
Yeah.
And that's not something that we could do. Like that was something that we talked about like before. I think one of us went to sleep or something. Yeah. And then like 8 hours later, when we talked about it some more, we went, yeah, we can't do this. There's no way.
Yeah, there's no way. Plus, each of the servers have their own like culture and stuff. It's super different, but it's really amazing to see.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that we've made the right decision from a community building standpoint. All three servers have very distinct identities that reflect the streamers that they're built around, and that's sort of perfect. That's the best we could have possibly asked for.
Yeah. Alright, moving on. Academic Slave asked, what sets Sundaria apart from other VTuber companies?
That's a question that I looked at, and
good question.
I had to spend a lot of time thinking about, because when you're sort of immersed in it, no, academic slave, not epidemic slave.
Wait, what did I say?
Oh no, Yusuke heard epidemic slave. No, it's academic slave. slave to learning. That's their name. They're a slave to education. But yeah, I really had to think about this, because when you're immersed in the one sort of culture, the Cinderia culture, you don't really think about comparing yourself to other companies. But when I thought about it, the answer that I came to was that we put a lot of focus on the communities that we've built around each streamer. Like primarily the Discord servers. And you can ask anyone in those servers, they'll tell you that these communities are very different from similarly sized servers, even for other VTubers. As well as the ability to interact with the streamers off stream. I've heard that's a fairly rare thing. And then there's another sort of discrete but important difference, is that the streamers really do have a lot of freedom, not just in the servers, but sort of with their brand, their identity. Because they work with their model's illustrator to get it perfect for them. The streams that they do are like the games that they want or the topics that they want, as long as they don't like violate the TOS. The schedules are flexible. I've personally worked with all of the streamers to get their schedules in sort of a way that they don't contradict with each other. They allow for, because like Pudding's in school now, so her schedule doesn't interfere with her schoolwork. Just so that there's no conflicts within anything. That sort of thing. We don't have really like tight control over the content, because that sort of stress would really come out in the streams. I think people would notice, and we'd like to avoid that.
Well, he said. But yeah, I do like the freedom a lot, and I think Pudding does too. You see how wild she gets.
Yeah, to address Attaboy, we just let Pudding stream at 2 a.m. That's I get messages at 2 in the morning her time going like, hey, I'm gonna stream, is that okay? I'm like, yeah, sure, I guess. If you want. That's not something that we make them do. That's like, she loves streaming and loves spending time with all of her flans. So like, I'm not gonna prevent her from doing that as long as it's not like the detriment to her health or anything like that.
Honestly, I like that kind of chaos, so I'm all for it.
No one's surprised.
Okay, moving on.
Pudding really isn't controllable, that's right.
Should I break this up into pieces? Or do I just read the whole thing? Big question.
There's a lot to it. This is a big one.
Let me see. How do I break it up, or do I just read the whole thing?
Let me actually look at it. Yeah, just take it question by question. This one's like 5-6 questions in one, so let's just take the first one.
Okay. This is from Aikatsukin. Other VTuber groups are already established, even among just primarily English-speaking audiences. What unique goals and hopes do you have that could only be achieved by founding Cenderia as a company, as compared to just a group?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what they mean by just a group. I'm guessing it's like the Twitch teams, I think is what it is. Which are really just from my personal experience, the teams on Twitch are really just, okay, my stream is ending, who do we raid? And then you go to this list and they all sort of raid each other. And, you know, like they're friends too, but from like a purely business numbers standpoint, it just seems like, it just sort of seems like a convenient raid list. Which is not something that we wanted to do. We wanted everyone to be very united and sort of have the same, I guess, the same long-term goals, long-term sustainability, I guess. So to answer that question, the main difference that we wanted to establish is just consistent quality. Just in the past few months, I've personally seen a few companies come and go, and it kind of looked like they were rushing to get content out instead of making sure that the content that they were putting out is of high enough quality to be sustainable. And sustainability is #1 priority. Because if you're not sustainable, then honestly, what are you doing? to be perfectly honest. Because I don't think a lot of people realize what goes on behind the scenes. Because it's not as easy as just picking out some people and saying, okay, you're VTubers now, and that's it. You know, like you can't just slap a somewhat cheap model out there and go like, okay, you're a good streamer, just stream, and here's the thing. Like, no, it's more than that. It's much more than that. It's a huge commitment, and I don't think that they realized just how hard it would be when they got started.
Mm-hmm. And then next question. At the moment, we know that Char has a day job. I'm not sure about S-Train, PPP, or the other girls. If Tsunderia expands and finds widespread success, are you willing to quit that job to focus entirely on the company?
Okay, I can't speak for Char, but I had a stable, full-time, 40-hour-a-week career that I had been in for about 3 years, which I left last month to devote my time and efforts completely to Cinderia, because that is the level of faith and belief that I have in these girls, and PPP, I guess. And I want to do all I can to help them succeed.
And for me, honestly, I think this whole VTubing thing is so much more fun than my actual job. But, you know, I need to make sure I survive, and I probably have the most monthly bills out of everyone. So I need a job to sustain myself.
Yeah, you are sort of in the most precarious position out of all of us.
Yeah. So I don't know, like maybe if things get super crazy and I get paid a lot, maybe I'll quit my job, but I don't know, like right now this is for my survivability. So yeah. But if I could do this full time, I think that would be pretty exciting. Like, imagine actually having time to spend preparing for streams and making PowerPoints and recording covers and getting on PPP to like tell him to do his shit. Oh my god!
You do that now. Don't lie.
Know, I could just do his thing. Like, I don't even need to tell him to do it. I'll just do it myself. Like, so yeah. But yeah, money is my biggest issue. That's why I'm keeping my job right now.
It's important, that's for sure.
Yeah. And moving on to the next question. As a general question, what goes on behind the scenes during monetized stream collaborations, such as sharing revenue? For instance, if you were to collab with certain VTubers in VOMs or Nijisanji ID. Good question.
Yeah, this is again, this is a question that I hadn't thought of before reading it. But sort of looking at it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's probably something we should think about. Should we ever collaborate with a really big, already established company? But yeah, the truth of it is we don't really have an established policy for collab streams. And honestly, for the sake of flexibility, I think that's probably for the best. Because right now, collabs are just about making connections for us. Since, again, we're not even half a year old. I mean, we're pretty close to half a year old, but we just want to sort of reach out and, meet other people in the industry. And that's, in a way, that's almost more important to us than just raw revenue. Yeah, like, we're more than happy to stream with other VTubers, other VTuber companies. On their channel or ours doesn't really matter, just because making those connections is enough for us. And there are options to sort of think about. If it really becomes necessary, like, we can set it up to where there's one stream on our channel and one stream on their channel, so that, there's one and one. If they want to split the donations from one stream, I guess we could discuss numbers, but I don't really think anyone is stressing out too much about that, just because one stream isn't going to, like, make or break a channel or company. One stream's revenue is not a whole lot, unless it's something like, one of us is going to be on Coco's channel. So in that case, one stream potentially has a lot of money tied to it, but yeah, one stream's revenue, it's like half of one stream's revenue is not something we're really stressed about, just because there are other ways to go about it that are a lot easier and don't deal directly with money, because that can get kind of complicated.
And then last question here for this huge block of questions. Do any of you have experience starting a company, or is this your first venture? Did you seek outside assistance from others more experienced?
Before I answer that, I do want to thank Ikatsukin for asking all of these questions, because half of them I had never thought of. So thank you for giving me something to think about. It was informative for me to figure out the answers. I've personally worked in a lot of different industries in various capacities, but this is pretty much my first time in a managerial role. I've done like coaching for baseball before, which I guess is kind of a managerial role, but I mean, they were kids, so probably not. But I'd never really wanted to be in a management position before. I was always pretty content not being on like the absolute lowest rung, but maybe like one or two rungs above that. I don't know. My father was a business owner. I don't know. I never really wanted to do that personally. Like, I get it, but that was never really my aim. But as soon as I sort of, found myself in a managerial role in Cinderia, I've really enjoyed it. So, yeah, it's been a really good, positive experience for me. And I personally haven't consulted with anyone for help with it. Every decision that I've made has sort of been like a logical one. So, logic is something I've never really needed help with. But I'm glad that I've received a lot of positive feedback from both fans and the streamers themselves. So, like, I'm definitely learning and improving every day that I do this, but it's sort of nice to know that I'm already on the right track.
As for me, I pretty much work exclusively for startup companies, so I actually have a lot of experience starting up companies, but only on the product side. I know nothing about the business and the sales and marketing side, because I think money is icky. I absolutely I hate touching money. I hate thinking about money. I don't want to think about money. But we did just hire a person to handle our business operations who's really good at starting up, or who knows a lot about starting up companies. So we're in good shape, I think. But as for me, like I would say I think of the VTubers as products, and I care a lot about the interaction between the audience and the product, right? So I do think about that a lot, and I also have a lot of general sense and intuition about where the company is heading, or what places or issues need to be fixed in order for the company to feel more secure and better. Like if a company doesn't have enough transparency, then everyone in the company feels kind of mucky, like they don't know where they're headed, right? Like, so it's pretty important to define what is success for Tsunderia and like what our roadmaps are. So I made PPP do all of that. So we're gonna have more sense of security for everyone in the company.
Yes, definitely.
And I definitely want our audience, our watchers, to have a peace of mind too, knowing that like we won't just disappear out of nowhere one day. And also, like, if we do happen to go down for somewhat terrible reason, all of our VTubers will be able to stream independently and continue from there too.
Yes, definitely. It's sort of like in my self-given title of communications officer. Personal communication is something that I've always like studied sort of in my free time. And it's really frustrating for me on a very deep personal level to see people working towards the same goal and like going at each other because they're not communicating. It's really frustrating for me to see that. So being able to coordinate between like the streamers and the company is kind of my calling, I would say.
Yeah, he checks up on everyone for us. It's really clutch. His PPP is such that communication. Oh my god! And I literally don't have time to like poke everyone and be like, "Are you okay? How are you feeling?" So S-Train's doing a great job there.
Yeah. I really want to make sure that everyone is, still working towards the same goal, and everyone's on the same page and how to reach that goal. Everything is going in the same direction. Mm-hmm. That's sort of the very short description of my self-given title.
We are in a very fast-moving company in a very dynamic environment, so like this could be very stressful for a lot of people, especially for the VTubers. They have a lot of pressure put on them, so it's really important for the managers to like really check in on them like once a week or something and have a talk, like if they have any blockers or any concerns about the company. All of that is super important in startups, and S-Train's doing really well there.
I'm just happy to help.
Thank you. So I hope that gives everyone some peace of mind. Also, I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back.
Oh no, I have to actually be a streamer now.
Good luck.
All right, everyone, you asked for it. This is what you wanted. Gaze upon your creation. Oh no, I'm not a simp train, Luna. Oh my gosh, that's not what the S stands for. It stands for many things, but that is not one of them.
Okay, I'm back. Oh my god.
Good.
I got a new couch and I just looked at it and my cats are sleeping on there together. Oh my god, they're so cute. That's the only place they'll be nice to each other. On the couch.
It's the neutral zone.
Mm-hmm. Alright, are you ready to continue?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, next question. Oh god, how long are we gonna do this?
Yeah, we're about half done.
Okay.
Maybe.
That's
I
not
don't
what the
think we're
scroll bar
half
says.
We might be like a third of the way done.
Okay. Alright, let's go. Electric Squid 7 asked, how do you divide donations? Does each VTuber get the sum total of the donations they make per stream? Or is it all total up at some point and divided between each of the VTubers and management? What other sources of income are there for the company?
This is going to be probably simultaneously the least informative and most informative answer of all of the questions that we've gotten. So we can't reveal contract information, just for standard privacy. But a VTuber in Niji Sanji, and I'm going to so screw up this pronunciation, Higuchi Kaede, she did a great video on how VTuber agencies work. There is a translated video of it, and the name of the video is How Much Do VTubers Earn? It really does a good job of breaking down the structure of this industry. But I do want to stress that our main concern as a company is to be sustainable. And the only way we can do that is to make sure that all of our streamers are happy and taken care of. Because it doesn't do us any good to take advantage of our streamers. Like, yeah, we might make more in the short term, but they'll just leave us and then we won't have any streamers. And then we've got that sort of that bad stigma attached to us, and that's not at all something that we want to do. So it makes a lot more sense in the long run to make sure that our streamers are happy and taken care of, while, you know, us as a company are still able to exist and provide those resources to our streamers that they wouldn't have on their own.
And just to remind everyone, every time you donate to us, it also goes into making future VTubers.
Yes, that too. We're working on the next generation a little bit every day.
Yeah, I feel like not a lot of people realize that, but it's really important.
Yeah, and honestly, that video that I referenced is a very, very comprehensive one. That's if you've ever been interested in the structure of this industry, that is a perfect video to watch. I really recommend everyone take a look at it.
Okay, next question. I'm not sure how to say this. Mechomancer asked, why did you allow Komiko Kana to hide the fact that she was a corporate VTuber and allowed her to accept donations to get her Switch and capture card? Shouldn't that have been provided by Tsunderia?
This is definitely a pointed question. Yeah, Tinderia, whoever they are.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's definitely some implications to that question. I will try to answer this as best as I can. So when Kana debuted, really the company was just her and PPP, because Char was working. Well, no, you were what, looking for a job, and
that was a lot of things.
Yeah, you were a lot of things.
Out
so
of
you were not
commission.
you were not really involved in like decision making at the company level.
Not yet, at least.
Yeah, so at the time of Kana's debut, the company was really just Kana and PPP. That was it. So at that time, they weren't sure if they were going to be able to launch anyone else, in large part due to your injury. Yeah, so at the time, because it was just behind the scenes, it was just PPP, Kana really still considered herself to be an independent as opposed to, like, part of a company of one. Which, like, it in hindsight, the logic seems kind of off. But they really didn't know if there would be any level of success. And it's like, looking back now, it's like Kana's got almost 40,000 subs in less than half a year. It's like, it's kind of crazy to think that there was ever any doubt that Kana was going to be popular, but that's pretty much the situation that they were in. So yeah, we didn't know that there would be any level of success. So we really are. How do I even phrase this? Like, if anyone feels betrayed by the way that the company was revealed or by any sort of like perceived misrepresentation, we're really sorry about that. That was never our intent to deceive or misrepresent ourselves. And one of my main goals with Cinderia is to increase the level of communication and transparency within the company. That's something that's very important to me as well. So like what we're doing here, if there are concerns about how we're running the business or if people are getting taken advantage of, I really want to address them, because letting those rumors just sort of go is almost like tacitly acknowledging them, and that's not something I want to do. I want to make sure that everyone who's watching knows that like we're completely legit. The only thing we want to do is make good content, and that all of the streamers are being taken care of. Because like if we're getting taken advantage of, we end up going under, and if the streamers get taken advantage of, then we don't have any streamers in our company, which means we have no revenue. So it doesn't make any sense. And honestly, having Char as part of the company is perfect, because she is both streamer and staff. So if any one side is getting screwed, then Char's gonna know about it, because she's gonna be getting screwed along with it.
Not like this. But yeah, it was all for like a greater purpose, I think, and we really are sorry if there were any miscommunications. We want to make sure to clear that all up right now while we can.
It's really weird to think about, like, the early, like the first week, I would say, of Kana's existence. Just to think like how small everything was, and then how not just how small it was, but how incredibly quickly it inflated. It was absolutely crazy for a streamer that didn't have the backing of HoloLive to take off as quickly as she did, and we had no idea that was going to happen.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Okay. Let's go on to the next question.
The ad. Okay, so Luna asked about the ads. That was the first time, because that was how I found out about Kana, was through a YouTube ad. Even now, having been in the VTuber rabbit hole now for about a year now, I think. That was the first ad that I've ever seen for a VTuber, and even since then, I've only seen an ad for one other one. So that is like, yes, that was a big part of Kana's growth, but we had absolutely no way of knowing that, because no one had ever done it before. That was really just a shot in the dark by PPP, and it happened to land a bullseye. So
it's a marketing strategy.
Yeah, so we know now that the advertising was a huge factor in the growth of Kana's channel, but you'd have to be a psychic to know that was going to work out the way it did.
And it seems like a lot of people are happy about it, but some people do think it is kind of sketchy. Like, I kind of understand that feel, but it's just business, kind of. Like, I have an ad too.
Yeah, Char's ad. Char's got an ad. We're working on one for Pudding too.
But we're trying to make it more friendly. You know, like, not so annoying. But yeah,
exactly.
Ads can be powerful. They're just tools, as long as you use them correctly.
Yeah, I think I really think that. In fact, I've seen people say like, "This is the first ad that I've ever gotten that I've been happy to see." And it's like, that's kind of how I felt too. So
if it makes people happy, then we're just gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, exactly. That's all we're trying to do.
And like, if you guys really hate it that much, then just click it, and we pay
No, don't.
Yeah, don't click it. Never mind. I said nothing. I said nothing. Blip this out. Okay. Okay, moving on. Moving on. Kokin1928 asked, would you or the other girls be down to play D&D on stream?
The short answer is yes. The long answer is I keep a list of games that I think would be good to stream that everyone in Cinderia can look at and get stream ideas from. And that list is separated into sections, sort of like depending on the theme or the feel of the stream they want. And one of those sections is non-video game ideas. D&D collabs are definitely on that list. I'd love to see something like that happen. The main limiting factor on it is finding an experienced dungeon master to run something like that, because I have zero experience with it. But it is something we're keeping in mind for the future. And it's not something that I've brought up to the current Cenderia lineup, but it's there. It's on a very short list of non-video game ideas. I think there's something like 780 video game ideas and like 7 non-video game ideas. So it's there. It stands out on that part of the list.
I think D&D would be pretty interesting. I don't have experience, but like it seems pretty chaotic.
Yeah, and another sort of limiting factor is the length of time it would take to run a campaign.
Luckily, I do endurance streams.
Yeah. Yes, you. One third of our streamers can currently pull something like that off.
I think it would be fun. Okay, moving on.
I have zero DM experience, Mark. I've been told I have a good voice for something like that. I've never done any sort of tabletop role playing in my life.
I believe one of my mods is a DM. I have some DM friends too. We could probably just kidnap one of them.
Yeah, that's something to think about. And again, like trying to schedule all 3 for a collab is pretty tough to do on its own.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, okay, so there are really 3 limiting factors. Need a DM, the length of time it takes, and arranging all 3 streamers to be available for it.
Yeah. That would be hard. Maybe one day. A lot of planning will be required. Alright. Next question. UK Thrasher asked, would you ever do pre-recorded Let's Play style videos when you are wanting to take a break from streaming?
Okay, so that's...
Wait, what does that even mean?
I took that to mean like Markiplier type videos.
What do you mean pre-recorded?
Like how do I even explain this?
How can Let's Plays be pre-recorded?
So you've never seen like a Let's Play channel like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye?
I have,
GT
but educate me.
Okay, so it's basically it's like doing a live stream of playing a video game, except it's pre-recorded and like edited down to where like it, you would stream for like 3 hours and get like 45 minutes of content. Yes, GT Live is normally the opposite of pre-recorded, but they are pre-recording. That's part of their channel too.
So it's like cut down for the highlights?
Yeah, essentially.
Oh.
Essentially, yeah.
Interesting. We need an editor for that though.
Yeah. So like when I was thinking about that, I was like, it's an option. You can get like a good backlog of videos like that. But streaming is like always our number 1 priority in terms of consistent content. But like we've seen Kana and Pudding put out pre-recorded and edited videos of gameplay with their fans. So like that, only without their fans, I guess. Although I think that if a streamer is going to be doing like a long playthrough of a game, there's no reason why that wouldn't be on stream.
I see. I understand now.
Yeah, I guess really the only reason why something like that would happen is if like they're going on vacation or something, and they know ahead of time, so they want to pre-record and edit down some videos for while they're away, so that their channel doesn't like stagnate, I guess. So like that, it's an option. It takes a lot of time. I mean, the sort of rule that I was operating on when I was a video editor was however long the raw footage is, you're going to spend twice that much doing the editing. So you got to figure if, you know, you're just editing down 2 hours of gameplay, that's 4 hours of editing, so that's 6 total hours for just a 2-hour stream. It's like, why would you do that if you can just stream the 2 hours of gameplay?
Yeah. And honestly, I like streaming because it's the experience is different. Like streaming with an audience, it's like I'm gaming with people. I'm not alone, so I kind of like. I think I prefer streaming over like pre-recorded stuff. But I don't know. Pre-recorded stuff can be with people too, like with Patreon or something. So there's also
I mean, like it's an option, but our #1 priority is always going to be streaming content.
Oh god, I don't want to imagine editing my endurance streams. Are you crazy? Oh my god. Okay. Next question. Oh, this is like three questions bundled in one. Okay. Oh wait.
Should be 4.
4 questions. I can't count. Okay.
This is a very common question.
Okay. Starlight asks, what can we expect in the future of Cenderia, your regular VTuber agency? Will male VTubers be a thing? Xenoblade Natsu asked, what is the likelihood of someone getting accepted into Tinderia from the Google Form applications? Any plans to have male VTubers as well? Ace Attorney 420, is Sundaria just for female VTubers? Will there be male VTubers added to Sundaria?
There's a theme here.
Sure. Will there be any plans on having boys a part of the team? I wonder what they're asking. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, this was a very common question. This is something that we got even like when we had males fill out the application for being in the next generation and adding like, I'm a male, I don't know if you're accepting males. So this is very, very common. I know a lot of people have this question. So first of all, I can't really give odds on like filling out the application versus getting accepted, because we still aren't sure exactly how many new streamers we're taking on for this generation. We have like a range, but we don't have like a set number that we're shooting for. And plus, there's going to be a whole lot of great candidates that we aren't going to be taking on for this generation that we'd still like to keep an eye on for future generations. We got, I forget what the final number was, like 223 applications. We got a lot of applications. And there are a lot of qualified streamers that we just don't have room for in this generation, so I can't give you exact odds. As for the question of male VTubers, we are not excluding male VTubers from the conversation if they're qualified, and we think that we can help each other. That is a big question. We don't have a quota that we're looking to fill. We're not shooting for a ratio or anything like that. The only thing that we are thinking about is streamers that we can represent, that we feel like we can like elevate them to like achieve their potential, to put it in a grandiose anime type way. But that will also, you know, achieve a level of success that makes like our investment in them worth it as well? So answering that question is the most complicated question in the application process, but that's the biggest one. Doesn't really matter if you're a male VTuber or a female VTuber. If you have the greatest amount of potential that we think we can help you reach, that's what we're shooting for.
We also want to make sure that if we do pick up a male VTuber, that it wouldn't be detrimental to your career. We want to make sure they can be successful and thrive in life too. So that's a big consideration.
Yes, exactly.
we want our VTubers to be successful in life.
Right. Yeah, because like this, this is a company, and obviously the company's life is important to us, as the people who work for it. But like, we're not going to take someone on if we think that
it's bad
being
for
taken on
or something.
yeah, exactly. So like, if you get taken on, and you're like, all right, sweet, I'll leave my job then. It's like, whoa, hold on, wait.
No.
Only I'm allowed to do that.
Oh yeah, let me quit my last year of school. Yeah, no problem. No. You stay right there. So yeah, there's a lot of things to consider.
Yeah, and we took all of these applications very, very seriously. That's not something that we just sort of skimmed over. And that's why it's taken so long to get through them. But we're getting through them every day. We make a little bit more progress. But I think there are some questions that address that later on. So we'll talk about that more later.
Okay, next question. Actually, can I go pee? I'll be right back.
Oh boy, strap in everyone. It's the S-Train show again.
Good luck.
Let me quickly browse the chat. I haven't been doing a good job of that. Yeah, to anyone that is in the chat that's like waiting on some sort of notification about the applications, it's coming. It's gonna happen. We probably rushed into opening the applications a little bit too early, because we really should have been focusing more on Pudding. And as soon as we sort of noticed that, we're like, oh wait, Pudding hasn't even been launched yet. We should probably focus on that. It was sort of already too late, so we had to sort of shift priorities because there were only 3 of us. But yeah, we are focusing a lot of our time and attention on the applications now. Probably people should be getting first notifications on the status of their applications probably sometime next month. And I don't feel comfortable getting more specific than that.
Okay. Where are we? Okay, I'm just gonna continue with the questions.
Yeah, all of the male VTuber questions we got through those.
Alright. Let's see. J, formerly K. What? Nice name.
That's a really good name, especially considering the question. This is a great name.
Do you think Cinderia will still be recruiting in a year or 2? Also, what is your stance on accepting transgender VTubers? I know this one can be a contentious topic, so I understand if you don't feel comfortable answering.
Right, okay. So my whole focus since becoming staff at Cinderia has been to make decisions that will ensure the sustainability of the company. So to that end, I really hope we'll still be looking to expand and take on more streamers in a year or 2. By that time, given our sort of accepted range of applicants per new generation, we should have about a dozen or so streamers. That's not the goal we're shooting for, but given the range that we have for ourselves now, that's just gonna be the reality. As for transgender streamers, we don't discriminate at all between genders, including trans people. We will always take on streamers that we feel are the most qualified with the most potential for success, regardless of any other factors, and that is always going to be our stance as long as I'm with the company. Not trans people. We already have one of those.
Trans people. We already have the train. Okay, next question. Unless we want to expand on that, but okay. Yes, we're very supportive of the LGBT plus community. Okay.
Transgender. That's too funny.
Okay. Fastest Robot asked, do you expect the company to become international? For example, like Tsunderia JP or Tsunderia ID?
It's a possibility. If we get like specific groups of VTubers from a certain area, so like if we were to, if somehow, and again, this is not a planned thing because like location is not a factor really in terms of who we take on, but if we were to have I don't know, 5 or 6 streamers all from like the Southeast Asia region, it's possible we could group them into like Cinderia SEA, but like we don't scout areas or anything like that. So like all we want are the best streamers that we can help reach their full potential no matter where they come from. So like it could happen. It could happen accidentally or incidentally, I should say. But it's not something that we're planning on.
Okay. Okay, next. Oh god, I'm gonna have to read this name.
Better you than me.
Tsuchikuzurezawa asked, well, it's really cool to see an actual kind of VTuber group in the English market. I'm curious, do you intend to stay and target English audiences only? Or are you thinking of hiring Japanese speakers?
This is another very good question. We are open to having streamers that speak other languages like Japanese. In fact, that is one of the questions on the initial application is what languages can you speak? Because the more languages you speak, the broader appeal you're going to have. But we are not specifically targeting any one language or region. Having said that, the only language that all of us are fluent in Cenderia is English, and it's really hard to do business and write up contracts with someone that you don't share a common language with. So it would be very, very difficult to work with someone who isn't at least fluent in English. So English streams are probably going to remain the norm for anyone that we take on, even if they are multilingual. But we are more than open to having someone like Pikami who can speak multiple languages fluently and sort of interlace streams with multiple languages. That's actually a very valuable skill to have.
Mm-hmm. If we get more Japanese-speaking VTubers, though, we can do Japanese-only streams. It's really awkward for me to speak Japanese alone, because none of my viewers speak Japanese either. So it's literally just me weaving out. Embarrassing. But if there's 2 people, you know, we can break things out. Yeah.
Yeah, and between Char and PPP, I'm the only monolingual person in Cenderia. I speak English very well. I speak it probably better than most. I would be willing to say. But my skill in other languages is in the negatives. I rolled very poorly. So, having said that, I would not be able to. I wouldn't be able to coordinate with someone who wasn't at least mostly fluent in English. So yeah, very, very, very difficult.
Yeah, expand as we can. We don't want to get stuck and be like, oh, we can't hire you because we don't have a manager to manage you. Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, moving on. 12 Bentong 15. Is there a possibility for the girls to get alternate outfits, like something for New Year's or hitting a big milestone?
Yes, absolutely. That's something that we've been talking about recently, adding a little more variety to the look of the streams, and it's something we're actively looking into. That's a very boring answer, but
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Obviously, yes, yes. It's in the plans. I can't wait for me to get a new outfit. But I don't know what milestone that would be. I have to earn it. Or I'll feel bad.
I definitely. I saw you sketching a summer outfit. I thought.
No, everyone. No one listen.
Yeah, that's right, chat. Get hype.
No! Leaked info. Cut this out.
Delete the VOD. Delete the VOD.
And let's forget about this. Okay.
Moving on. Next question.
Kalio-chan asked, Kana started out as 3D before switching to a Live2D model. Are there any plans to have 3D streams or skits in the future? Your talents seem to live all over, so I understand a studio space isn't really a possibility.
That is something. That is something that is on our list of things we'd like to accomplish way down the line. There are like 100 things that we want to do first. But yes, one day we would like both a studio space and full 3D streams.
Yes.
S-Train in a slinkini. Ban that person.
What's a slinkini?
Don't Google it. You don't want it. You don't want it in your history. You really don't.
Is that worth learning? Okay. Oh no! I'm scared for my life. Okay. The next question is a three people bundled question. Let's ask. Azunko asked, I recently read that you're recruiting more people into your group. What do you believe is your end goal size? Also, are you looking to do music production as well? The username is taken. Asked, is Tsunderia going to have different generations? A kid somewhere asked, how many VTubers would you equally... Oh, so I can't read. How many VTubers would you ideally like to have in a few years' time?
Yeah, all sort of related questions about future generations. We don't really have like an end goal size, really. We have a range of how many new streamers we want to take on in each new generation. So our best guesses right now are that each new gen could have anywhere from 2 to 6 streamers in them. So if we were to go bare minimum, like 2 new gens per year, let's say. Actually, that's being kind of optimistic. Okay, let's say optimistically, to get an upper range. If we were to go 2 new generations per year with 6 new streamers in each of them, that could be anywhere from 15 to 39 total streamers in 3 years' time. Just depends on who applies, how many we feel like we can take on any one time. So that's that's quite a range. That's quite a range. And yes, 100% we want to get into music production pretty much as soon as we can. There's a lot of potential there. Char and Pudding love singing. They have great voices. That's something that we want to do.
Yeah. Okay, next question. This question's pretty big, so I'll ask one at a time. Tailsnack asked, how many active VTubers is considered the current maximum that Cenderia can realistically monitor / have under their wings? Will there be a set maximum?
No set maximum. Well, like I said in the last one, we're thinking anywhere from 2 to 6 new streamers per new generation. And that's a pretty good range for us to handle.
Okay, and the next part is, what were to happen to the VTuber if their private information was accidentally shown to the audience? Will we still be able to watch them? Will they disappear from Cinderia? Thanks for spending the time reading this.
Thanks for spending so much time in the servers. Tails, you've been very active, and we appreciate it. This is going to be a somewhat long answer. Because it is a very serious topic. The privacy of the streamers, as well as ourselves, is a top priority. If it was something accidental or from like outside sources, like if someone gets doxxed, say, then obviously we do everything necessary to limit the damage. But I don't really think honest mistakes or outside actors or something to make someone disappear over that. Yeah, that's a bit extreme. But if it was something malicious or like otherwise in like a willful breach of contract terms, something like that, we take that very seriously. And I can't really say for sure exactly what we would do, just because it would depend on a lot of factors. But if the breach is severe enough, I could definitely see someone graduating early. I think would be probably the nice way to say that. Just because it is such a serious topic. But that works in reverse too. So, like, if we were to somehow breach a streamer's privacy, I would expect us to be held exactly as accountable. Because the streamers need to feel completely safe and secure with us. I will always stand by those words. Like, always. But I do view our policies as something to be taken case by case. So, honestly, the responses could range anywhere from like a private apology all the way to a dissolution of a contract, depending on how severe of a breach it is.
Pretty severe. Okay. Yeah, it's a crazy topic. Thanks for covering it.
Yeah, I mean, it really is important, and we've seen it. We've seen a number of, I'm not gonna say scandals, but of events, let's say, regarding very big streamers that have resulted in apologies, police getting involved. It's something that we take very, very seriously because it's entirely possible that it's a reality we'll have to face. So,
stay safe, everyone.
yes. But yeah, that's from a security standpoint, that is our number one concern, and we do take it quite seriously.
Okay, I can't read. Enchantress. Enchantress. Pause. 1.
An entrenched enchantress asks.
Ask us there an estimated time frame for your next VTubers to debut.
Nothing hard set in stone. We are guessing around December. But there are so many things that affect that I would not mark the calendar just yet. Especially considering we haven't even figured out who they're going to be yet.
Yeah, there's a lot of overhead that goes into making sure people are ready for debut. Just the Live2D model itself, like there could be so many issues, and then like hardware, making sure you have all the hardware. Oh shoot, I don't have an iPhone, what do I do? Stuff like that. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, right. And then you get your Live2D and it might not have legs. Very real concerns.
Blame PPP. Okay.
Hi, Kana.
But for reals, like, like VVP was the only one with the Live2D model for like 2 weeks, and then he sends it to me, and I see there's no legs, and he's like, I just kind of assumed they weren't done, and then I was like, go ask for the fucking legs, you doofus, and he's like, oh, it's already done, I can't give it the legs. I'm like, bruh, how the fuck are you Yeah, I scream a lot at him. Okay, it's just like, how can you receive something with no legs and not ask about it? You have a mouth, you have fingers, type it out. Jesus Christ. I spent so much time typing those emails, and you tell me there's no legs like 2 weeks after we received the final product. Don't fuck with me. Jesus. I worked so hard on Kana's Live2D. I'm just as hurt as Kana is.
I think the point of that whole rant is there are a lot of pitfalls in the whole behind-the-scenes processes that you really can't account for, because who would guess that that would happen? Honestly, like, how do you account for that beforehand? So that's why I'm being very vague and cautious about all of my projections for the future. Is because, like, I don't know, maybe we get back 4 Live2D models without right arms. I don't know.
I'm gonna have nightmares tonight. Oh my god. Anyways, let's move on before I explode. And it seems like we're on the last page of questions. Yay! Amazing. Okay.
It's cool because we got a lot more that came in on Reddit after we started.
No! No! Okay, I'm doing my best. Okay. Treasure Town 000 asked, do you need experience to get into Cinderia, or are beginners welcome as well?
You don't need experience, but it is extremely helpful for us because we can see how you handle playing games and dealing with chat, what your personality is on stream, how your voice sounds, how you handle pressure and focus. There's just a lot of information that we can get through watching previous streams that we wouldn't be able to get anywhere else. I would guess that probably a little bit more than half of all of the applications that we received, half of the applicants had no stream experience whatsoever. So we don't have all that much material to evaluate how well that they'll do, or if they'll even enjoy being a full-time streamer. Because it is a job like any other job. You need to devote a lot of attention to it and a lot of focus and thought. And if you just haven't done it before, we're pretty much taking a risk on taking someone on, putting a lot of time and effort and money into getting someone's channel all ready for a debut, and then a month into it they go, this really isn't for me. It's like, we're not going to make them continue streaming and doing a job they don't want to do. That wouldn't be good for anyone. So it's a pretty big risk. And I would also like to take this time to address anyone that has applied with no experience before. Just go on Twitch and just make a channel and just do it. Twitch makes it very easy to just make a channel and start streaming. It doesn't matter if you have an audience, if there's 10 people or 2 people, it doesn't matter. Just do it, because that experience is extremely important, both for any VTuber companies that you apply to in the future and to yourself, because you never know if you start doing it and you realize like, wow, I can't focus on chat and the game, or like I can't talk while I'm playing, I have to focus too much. That information is very important for everyone involved to have. And it takes very little time to just get started with the absolute bare essentials. So yeah, that is probably the best piece of advice I can give.
It's scary, but you just gotta do it. Like,
yeah, and if you're scared to start up a Twitch channel and stream to no one for a few weeks, imagine the fear and nerves you're going to have. If you were to get signed on with us, you're going to be debuting to like 600 people probably.
yeah.
You know, maybe more.
Insane.
And yeah, so like if that thought is terrifying to you, honestly, like do some self-evaluation and figure out if that's something that you want to do consistently, multiple times a week for the foreseeable future, because that's what we're looking for in a new applicant.
Okay, and then this next one is 2 questions. Ever sealed the hikikomori? Is Cinderia willing to adopt a VTuber into the company, or will they be required to have a new model and start over under company name? And Yo Jacket asked, have you ever considered recruiting independent VTubers?
So I know this is something that I think you, me, and PPP all have different opinions on. So this is a really good question. So I'm going to give my opinion first, because I think my opinion is fairly unique in the 3 of us. I have no problem whatsoever adopting an established VTuber. Obviously, we'd want their existing model to be of roughly equal quality to everyone else's, just for that sort of consistency. Like, if you watch a Holo live stream, you can tell it's a Holo live stream just by the appearance of everything. So we'd want to keep that consistent quality. But yeah, if an established VTuber wanted to operate under the Cenderia banner, or the Cenderia crown, I suppose, as long as we could come to an agreement that benefits both us and them, I have no problem with that at all. And looking through the applications, I know that we've seen established VTubers that have a variety of, not requests, but of what's the word I'm looking for? They have an idea of what they want to do going forward, and they're very spread across the board. Like, we've seen established VTubers that want to start over completely with a new persona, and we've seen established VTubers that just want representation, but they want to keep their branding and their existing their rigs, I guess would be a nice way to say it. And I'm personally open to both those options, provided that the partnership that we form is beneficial to everyone. And sort of to that same question, we've heard that there are other VTuber companies that already have their models pre-made, and they have personalities in mind for those models, and they're basically just casting for that role that they have in mind. But that's not something that we really want to do. I mean, it can be pretty funny sometimes when, like, the streamer's personality just shows through, you know? I mean, I love watching the video of Gibara reacting to her first stream. It's hysterical because it's very obvious that when she was taken on, she was cast for that role, and that facade just crumbled within weeks. So like it can be hysterical to see that happen. But yeah, we're not like casting directors looking for certain personalities or anything like that. We want the streamers to make all of those decisions on their appearance, their personality, their channel, all of that. Yeah, we offer a variety of tools and guidance to help them achieve all of that. But yeah, we're not interested in just casting actors and actresses.
And you wanted me to give my opinion on.
Yes, because I know it's quite different from mine.
I don't know if it's like that different. I mean, it's a bit complicated. Like my opinion varies based on, you know, where the company is, you know, and how much we can actually provide for the VTubers. And like you said, like it has to be beneficial for both of us. And like what Cinderia is now, like I don't know if we can provide existing VTubers with, you know, what they want. And like I feel like it would be really cheap of us to, you know, recruit an established VTuber just to smack a Cinderia label on them and like take a cut of their pay. Like that feels really gross for me. Like I wanna proceed with everyone's best interest in mind. So I really wanna like make sure both parties benefit from it. So I hope that makes sense. Like it's just nasty, I feel. And, yeah.
Mostly in terms of our differences, I remember you saying something like your whole sort of passion and drive for doing this was to like find either people starting out or
like new talents.
Someone who doesn't have someone who doesn't have an audience that you think would be really amazing and sort of lifting them up and showing them to the world, you know, opening scene of Lion King.
I see. I think those are like two different things. Like recruiting existing VTubers, that's like that's in a way expanding Cinderia, but then if you create new VTubers, it's like starting a new adventure with everyone. So I think those are two very different things. And I like making new things, I guess. Like I'm an engineer. I like building products, so that's just kind of my thing. And you know, getting a already made product and selling, like fixing it is not as exciting, you know. if you get what I mean.
No, that makes perfect sense. It's honestly, I like having that that sort of difference in priorities because it means that we're going to have multiple viewpoints, sort of like coming together for the same goal, and that just means that we're going to be more effective, and we're going to have not a broader appeal, but we're going to be able to look at things like potential for the future from different points of view, and that's really valuable. Like we're not all a bunch of PPP yes men, in case that wasn't already obvious.
Yeah, we're not yes men at all. We all have our own opinions and stuff, and we clash a lot. But I think at the end of the day, we do get to like a general consensus and stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're all in it for the same reason.
Yeah. Our goal is the same. That's what matters.
And in regards to recruiting, we haven't really recruited anyone like actively, you know. Pretty much all of our focus has been on maintaining and growing our current lineup, and now we can add going through applicants to that list. So that being said, we aren't opposed to the idea of having existing VTubers join us, even though I know Char specifically likes the idea of bringing up brand new talent. Yeah, it's just a matter of like how much growth can we not only give to ourselves but to the streamers that we take on.
I also feel like if you recruit existing VTubers, that they shouldn't be part of a new gen. It would be a separate talent pool, right? But that's other things to be discussed.
Yeah.
Because like generations are meant to be like raised up together. It's not fair if someone's already established. But yeah.
You can tell we put a lot of thought into this.
Yeah, we have had a lot of thought and argument. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, anyways, continuing. Let's see, next question. Napperhog23 asks, Kamiko Kana has a Patreon, but other member doesn't seem to have one. Why is that? Are the platforms the VTubers are on decided by the VTubers themselves?
Okay, so Kana had her Patreon planned before I was even taken on. That framework was already there. And there are plans for Char and Pudding to get theirs very soon. We'd obviously prefer to be as visible on as many platforms as possible. But ultimately, the decision is up to the streamers. The only platform that is 100% required, non-negotiable, is a YouTube channel. Everything else is sort of like on the, like, it would be nice if you also did this sort of thing, like a Discord server, and Patreon, and Twitter, and stuff that usually goes along with a new YouTube channel. But yeah, YouTube is the only thing that is pretty much set in stone.
I'm being exposed here for being for procrastinating on my Patreon. I'm thinking about it. Like, I have a lot of things to think about, but I have some things I need to finish before setting up my Patreon, and I want to make sure that it's it works for everyone. So yeah.
And I see some people mentioning no Twitch. Twitch is a whole different beast from YouTube. It really is. Anyone who has any experience on both of these platforms knows that Twitch chat and YouTube chat are very different. And it's very difficult to market yourself as a company on Twitch, I think. Because with YouTube, it's like, there are established VTuber companies on YouTube, so there are a lot of fans of YouTube companies on YouTube already. So it's very easy to sort of get on with that. Whereas with Twitch, it's very much sort of indie branded, if that makes sense. Because there are a lot of fantastic independent VTubers on Twitch. I love watching. I have a long list, but it's very hard to sort of market yourself as an agency on that platform. I don't think anyone's really done it. I mean, there's Arshia for Hololive, but she's the only one, and I know she wants more Hololive streamers to jump on Twitch also.
Coco is gonna try Twitch out, right? I think it's gonna be pretty interesting.
She'd be the one, that's for sure. But right now, the audience for the audience for VTuber agencies is on YouTube. So it just sort of makes sense that this would be the place for us to be. Maybe if we get a little bit bigger, that's something we can think about, because it is another platform for us to be on. Mm-hmm. But I mean, there's really nothing wrong with YouTube, and Twitch's terms, especially for people starting out, are pretty bad from what I've seen. So if we don't have to go that route, I don't think we will, but it's not something that we've completely shot down just yet.
I might sneak onto the Twitch. Don't astray. Okay. Anyways.
I will say, Red Room Disco is correct. YouTube has a weak emote game, but you get better channel branding on Twitch. You have more of an audience on YouTube. It's not much of a choice, honestly.
Honestly, I have a hard time keeping up with Twitch chat. There's just so much going on. It's a bit distracting. It's like they encourage the spam too.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, all community interaction on Twitch is good community interaction on Twitch, as far as Twitch is concerned. That might not be objectively true, but yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, let's move on. Okay. Real Potato Head 2020 asked, "How are your talents so cute?" Question mark, question mark, question mark.
I know that's meant to be a mostly jokey question, but the streamers work with their illustrators to make sure that their designs are exactly how they want them to be. And I'm not a designer by any stretch of the imagination, so most of my feedback is, yeah, that looks good, and that's all they get from me.
All right. I need more water. I'll be back. Good luck.
We're sort of on the home stretch now. Why are they so cute? Look, all three of the streamers that we have now, their involvement predates mine, so I can't speak for how we got so lucky to get Char, Kana, and Pudding all under the same crown. It's a very big crown.
Link, the stars just aligned. It was fate. Okay. Next question. Refreshing Wind asked, "Is there going to be any Cenderia related merchandise in the future? If so, what is going to be? Character keychains, shirts, wall scrolls?"
So this is my favorite question, because I have personally been pushing for merch for a long time now. That has been something I have wanted to get in the works ever since the great Kana Dakimakura War back in the Fox Den. So that is one of our higher priorities. We've already started discussing the items that we want to put out there. Keychains, shirts, and wall scrolls are all on that list. As well.
Glasses.
Shot glasses. Yeah, exactly. Shot glasses for Char specifically. Other things that we want off the top of my head: pop sockets, stickers, figurines, acrylic stands, pins. Lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. Pudding. Yes, for sure. Let's get into that. I know. There's a lot of stuff that you guys want. Plushies, yes, plushies are on the list too. We are actively working on it. That is something that we all want. It's been a matter of basically manpower and having to prioritize other things. But now that we've got marketing and operations person, that is something that's going to we're going to start taking the opening steps into getting those out there for you guys.
Excited. Oh my god, I want a flask. Oh my god. Oh my god. That would be so crazy.
Right? I know. That's why I've been pushing for it.
Man, I want my own nandakke. Cider. Cider collaboration. Apple cider collab. Wait, is it apple? Oh, whatever.
Apple cider is a thing.
Wait. Not apple. Am I saying the right thing? I don't know. Okay, moving on.
If you guys want an S-Train guitar, I'm sorry, it's going to be left-handed.
Yeah, S-Train's left-handed, if you can see from his illustration.
The funny thing is, I'm not even left-handed. I just play guitar left-handed. I play guitar and I throw frisbees left-handed. Those are the only things I do predominantly with my left hand.
What the
Don't
heck?
ask me why. That's just the way my brain works.
Really? I thought you were
Yeah.
left-handed.
No, I'm right-handed for everything. I can throw a frisbee with my right hand. I prefer to throw it with my left hand.
I feel
Yes,
bamboozled. Someone told me you were left-handed.
I play guitar left-handed. That's probably why they thought that.
I can't believe this. Everything I knew was a lie. Everything. Everything. I think we need to restart this AMA. What
Our
was the
trust has
truth?
been shattered. The death of Cinderia.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's the red wedding all over again.
Can't believe this. I have trust issues now. Okay. Okay, some tech noob asked, who is best girl and why is it S-Train?
I'm not. To answer the first part of the question, I don't have a best girl in Cinderia. Everyone here is extremely necessary and extremely valuable. Honestly, I'm just happy I can help out in here. That's my. Damn it, Paprika. The only reason I'm here is because I want everyone here to succeed.
Are you gonna answer the last part?
Why is it me? No, because that would be acknowledging that it is me, and I'm not gonna do that.
Okay. Okay, next question then. Cooking 1928 asks, what is your favorite thing about each of the girls' S-Train?
This one I can't answer because it's not playing favorites, because there are good things about all of them. And I had to really think about this one too. Because I just not like why do I like this? No, but it's like what specifically is it? It's like it's like being married for like 15 years and your wife asks you like, so why do you love me? And you're like, what? Like, yeah, like, well, why? It's like you're asking me that now?
You can't say the wrong thing. That's the hard part.
Exactly, which is why I thought so hard on this. Because I don't want to get fired. So with Kana, the thing I like about her the most is how unafraid she is to be just silly and ridiculous. Because if you've ever watched a Kana stream, there will be a point where her words will just devolve into her just going blah, 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 blah. And that happens every stream. And it's wonderful and hysterical, and I love it. Because it really takes a special person to get Control R'd in getting over it and keep playing and keep trusting chat. That's the amazing part. That's what I respect the hell out of. Because she got absolutely bamboozled in a rage game. And not only did she keep playing and did she very quickly get back to where she was, but like the very next stream, she was still asking chat for help in, I think that was Ib.
Oh, Ib? Oh.
I'm pretty sure it was Ib. So to still believe in the same chat that Control R'd you and getting over it, that's really special. And I really, really respect her ability to keep coming back to chat like that. Char.
Yes.
Even though you seem like the most serious member of Sundaria, you have one of the most supportive personalities I've ever known from anyone.
Thank you.
I know you love streaming, but I know that the reason why you're here is because you want to make sure that every other streamer that gets taken on achieves their full potential, which is a personality trait that I not only can sympathize with, but it's an incredibly rare one. So that would have to be my answer for you.
I'm here for everyone else.
Right, exactly, and that's not common. I'm very glad I get to work with someone like you.
Thank you.
And now our pudding dog. She is so absolutely authentic in everything that she does. She is 100% herself at all times, which opens her up to a bit more vulnerability than anyone else, I think. But the community that she's built around her is so sweet and so supportive that they will always let her know how awesome she is.
She's so cute. I don't know why, but I kept remembering from this morning's stream when she had to go poo.
Oh yeah. You can't write a character and then cast for that. Like, that has to be real.
She's like, damn the human body. Sorry, pretty.
That stream, everyone go watch her Cat Mario stream. Everyone go watch her Cat Mario stream. Everyone go watch it. It's fantastic.
I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen streamed. And she didn't even mute her mic. Anyways, let's continue before putting dice of embarrassment. What was it? Squirtle asked, what has been the most enjoyable thing about being a part of Cenderia since the company was first established?
Oh, that's something we can both answer, yay. So the most enjoyable thing for me has been all of the people who have told me that the communities around each streamer are the most enjoyable they've ever been a part of. That really got me right in the Kokoro. When Kana's Discord first opened, I really was spending about 20 hours a day moderating it and figuring out how to structure it, and just making sure it was running smoothly. So to see all of these people not only enjoying it, but also telling me that it's the best community experience they've ever had is really gratifying, because I put a lot of time and effort into each one of them.
And for me, I didn't prepare an answer for this. But, you know, there's just so much to it. I feel like, first of all, like, I love building things from the ground up and then, like, seeing the effects it has on people. And, like, I'm so amazed that, like, people would even want to watch my streams. That's insane. Like, what's so great about me gaming? But you're all there for me, and you're all really supportive, and that makes me really happy. And I don't know, just building a bigger community to just not just my community, but Cenderia community and this company, and like being part of this huge VTuber boom. It's so crazy. Like, it's just crazy. It's chaos. I love it. It's just increasingly more chaotic. I love it.
It's definitely not where I thought I would be in February or even March, but I've enjoyed it so much that this is what I want to do full time. So thank you everyone for being a part of this journey with us.
Door compilation, no! Okay, and the second part of his question, also a question for S-Train. What's the secret to managing to keep your fro looking so good all the time?
The trick to the hair is you have to just generally lead a funky lifestyle. The hair will know, it'll pick up on that, and it'll just style itself accordingly.
Wow, it's channeling that funk. Okay. Amazing. That's how I put on my glasses too. See?
Yeah, they just know. It's amazing.
All right. Next question. Kelvin2401. Are there any plans for a Cinderia event? Like Pudding's chess event?
Pudding loves her community events. So there will be a lot of those. That was something that she established before the server was set up, is she wanted to have a lot of community events. In fact, we just wrapped up a Tetris tournament yesterday. So if you're asking about an event like that, with all of the communities and all of the streamers, that is not a simple thing. Like, there are plans for the streamers to have competitions with each other on stream. Stuff like trivia and
Smash Bros.
Yeah, like video game type stuff like that. But if you mean like the streamers and all of the communities off stream together, that's a logistical nightmare for the same reason getting like the D&D campaigns together is a nightmare. And in fact, it's even magnified more because you have all of the fans involved, so now you have literally every time zone on the planet represented. So there's not going to be a good time for everyone. It's just going to be a logistical nightmare. I don't see something like that happening. Not to that scale, anyway. Within each individual community, most definitely, but not like a huge grand thing with all of the streamers and all of the fans. That can't happen.
It'd be pretty crazy. Okay, next double question. Dotless moniker. What is the S in S-Train stand for? And Glaze Seasoning asked, S-Train sounds like a rapper name.
Sounds like a rapper name. In that case, I'm very sorry it's wasted on me because you will never hear rap coming from my mouth. As for what the S stands for, I've answered this question many times. It stands for many things as the need arises. It's never gonna happen, Pudding. It's never gonna happen.
What if she asks Santa for it?
I mean, I don't want to kill the girl's dreams, but I also will never rap, so.
Aww.
I'll play her something on guitar, I guess.
Young Pudding! Oh my god! That would be great. Oh my god, last question! For now.
For now, yeah. We got more that came in.
Random Q&A account asked, Coke or Pepsi?
If it's just between regular Coke and regular Pepsi, then Coke. If it's between the bottling companies, Mountain Dew is a Pepsi product and Mountain Dew is king, so Pepsi.
I'm unofficially sponsored by Baja Blast, so same. Okay.
Dr. Pepper is a nice outlier, I will say. If we're going third party, then Dr. Pepper is really not bad.
Yes, this is Paprika's doing. He said, my eyes are the color of Baja Blast. And then it became a meme.
I mean, I don't think she's wrong.
I love my Baja Blast colored eyes. Okay, so how are we continuing from here? I know some things were added while we were doing the AMA. So
I can throw out the Reddit questions. They're all pretty simple except for that last one, which is a little creepy, not gonna lie, but I'll ask it.
Okay.
So the first one is from Fushi's21. Asked, I don't know if this is already asked or how to, but S-Train 2D model when? Keep it up, guys. I've said this before. Streaming isn't something that I really want to do. As I mentioned earlier in the stream, I do have a background in sportscasting, so I'm not uncomfortable behind the microphone or anything like that. I just don't play a lot of video games, and by a lot I mean like any. I don't play games. I don't really have that desire to anymore. I did a lot when I was younger, but not so much anymore. And I really feel like my attention and time and focus would be better spent elsewhere, helping everyone else. Having said that, I wouldn't be opposed if it would be beneficial to Cinderia if I had a Live2D model. If that would be beneficial, I wouldn't say no. But being a streamer is not something that I feel like is the best use of my time. Yeah, something like collabs, like something like this, or I don't know, if I was to like host a trivia show or something like that. I wouldn't mind having a model for something like that, or like hosting a karaoke night with some people. I wouldn't mind doing something like that. I just don't know if it's worth it. Is the big thing. Okay, so a question after that is from Sherrick. Will there ever be merch of the Cinderia girls? A pudding figurine would be awesome. Having in mind that Subaru from Hololive had about 8,000 subscribers on her 3rd month, do you believe Cinderia is prepared for a possible popularity explosion of the VTubers? The merch question was answered. That is absolutely something we want to do, and that is something that we are going to be putting some time and effort into very, very, very soon. Are we prepared for a popularity explosion? Considering I don't really think we were prepared for Kana's initial explosion, that's a tough question to answer. Is like, are you ready for something that you can't predict? Is what that question boils down to. And it's like, well, not exactly. Like, we would certainly want that explosion in popularity. That's what we're working towards. Getting everyone out there more, getting them promoted more. That's definitely something we want to do. Asking if we're prepared, that's such a weird question. I'm not really sure how to answer it, to be honest.
Are you prepared to become viral tomorrow? Something like that. Like, no, no one's prepared for such a thing. You just kind of, you know, expect it maybe, but I don't know, just wing it. I just wing everything. Like, I'm never prepared for my streams. YOLO, whatever.
Yeah, like pudding being shared on Facebook by like the biggest Filipino streamer in the country. It's like, how do you expect that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's insane. Like, that happened, and I was like, oh, I don't know who that is. And then like within 5 seconds of research, I was like, oh, this is potentially very big. Like, that was essentially what the prevailing thought was just a really long string of U's and H's. So it's like, that's absolutely something we want, but you can't expect something that big to happen. It was just really nice when it did. So let me see if there were any more that came in after that. Oh, of course there are. Oh, there are so many more. I'm sorry, Char.
Wait, there's more? I only see like 2. Let me refresh.
There are a few more. Quite a few more.
Oh.
Hold on, I'm getting... yeah, I accidentally missed one. It was the kind of creepy one.
Yeah.
From Soriomander. I said we were going to answer them all.
We live by our words. We're committed.
Soriomander asks, what are the chest sizes of the Cinderia girls? As I think someone told me that Char is the biggest, Kana was the smallest, and Pudding is in the middle. But seriously, my main question is when more girls will be added, and will there be 3D skits? I can answer those last two. I'm honestly not privy to the knowledge of the first one. when will more girls be added? Tentatively, we are projecting December, but that could go forward or back by a month. Honestly, it's a very big range. We just don't know we don't really know what we're looking at, but my projection is around December. Will there be 3D skits? That's something that we've started talking about. Just getting 3D models is a very long, involved, and expensive process. So that's on the back burner for like something that we do want to eventually do, but we have a lot of stuff we want to do first.
Priorities first. And for chest sizes, I don't know either. I'm probably the biggest.
is the ranking of you being the largest and then Pudding and then Kana, is that accurate?
I think I'm the biggest. I don't know about Pudding and Kana. Pudding probably bigger. Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
Okay.
This is important. This is important. I need to know too. Wait, Pudding's a B cup? Oh, I'm C for Char, obviously.
Obviously.
Oh, I don't know. What is Kana's then? Kana, are you in the chat? well, no. Kana is K cup for Kana. Damn.
Well, she has 2 A's in her name, so.
Well, you should focus on school.
So, moving on before Kana flies over here and kills me.
WK. Next.
Okay, so there are actually only 2 more that came in from Reddit. One is from Uniluna. I think I've heard that name before. What does PPP do for the company? Great question, Luna.
Uni.
What does he do for the company? He started is the short answer. He not only completely funded it on his own from the very beginning before it was even launched, but he also provides the direction of where the company goes and where it branches out to. He talks directly to the artists. He gets the contacts for the company, for the illustrators, the modelers, the riggers.
He does all of the talking, even though he's the worst at it, basically. But I think most importantly, he's the head of Cinderia, and that's not a role that neither I or S-Train wants to take.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I sort of fell into a managerial role because it just sort of happened. Like, oh, I guess this is something I'm pretty good at. But yeah, he's sort of like anything that has the Sundaria signature on it, the Sundaria brand on it. That's PPP's signature, essentially.
I mean, I follow him because, well, like, first of all, like, I know he cares. He's a good person. Like, if he was not a good person, like, I would never let other VTubers join the company, because, like, that's just no way. Like, I know for a fact that he's a good person. He would treat the VTubers well. And second, like, since I know he cares, I know he has a lot of room for improvement, so I want to believe that he can grow a lot from this opportunity. So that's another reason why, like, we're letting him do roles that he is very bad at. Like, he has a lot of room to grow. Like, he just needs to keep it up.
Oh wow, that's honestly that's a really good way of describing it, because we all are learning as we go as well. Like, I've never been a manager before. I'm doing what makes the most sense so I'm glad it's working out, and I'm glad that I have a sort of affinity towards it. But yeah, like we're all in positions that we've never been in before. So we're all growing into those responsibilities in a way.
Yeah, that's what I love about startups, though. Like you have to assume roles that that are needed and aren't currently filled, and so you grow a lot horizontally, not just in one specialty. So I really like that. Like even our VTubers has a lot of room to grow. Like if they want any experience with managing business or like interviewing people. So that's what I yeah, so I see a lot of opportunity for growth for PvP and S-Train and I.
I mean, we've already seen a lot of personal growth, all three of us, as well as professional growth. It's been really a really informative process for me specifically.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, if you had told me in February that I'd be leaving my job that I liked, I really did. I really enjoyed it. It was stressful and took a lot of my time, but I enjoyed it. If you had told me back then, like, you're gonna leave this company and you're gonna go into this startup in the international entertainment industry on YouTube, being a manager for VTubers, I would have given you a very long side glance and slowly walked away. And yet, here I am.
Yeah, and for me, like, I've always worked at startups, but I've always stayed on the product side of things. So now I'm actually learning a lot about, you know, how companies are started. And, like, I've purposely been ignorant to it, but I'm learning now. I'm learning now. It's amazing, actually. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm a lot as stressful as managing chat is, and as time consuming as making sure 3 Discord servers are all being moderated efficiently can be. And even though I'm essentially always at work, because I work from home now, so I'm working longer hours, but like it's not, you know, with the general public, and I don't have to commute to do it. So yeah, even though I'm working more, I'm a lot more fulfilled and a lot less stressed overall too. I mean, there's definitely still some stress that goes into it, but but it's, you know, I get the knowledge that I am not only helping other streamers sort of achieve their entertainment goals and helping them feel more fulfilled with their life direction, but the tens of thousands of people get enjoyment out of the content that I'm helping to create. It's a really special feeling, and I'm really glad I get to do that.
Okay.
So the last question.
No more refreshing. No more refreshing.
Is a great question. This is a great question from Cassaratus, I'm guessing. I see him in chat, but I've never tried to say his name.
I just say Cass.
Now let's... Yeah. Now let's say, hypothetically, someone were to rickroll you in their application. Would they still have a chance of being a Cinderia member?
No.
Yeah.
Well... Can I talk about this one app? It's from my own mod, but...
I think we can talk about this one.
So one of my mods applied, and he sang the Rickroll song. And PPP heard it and was like, nope, moving on. I got Rickrolled! Something like that. Even though he sang it.
The Rickroll song. Not Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up. It's the Rickroll song now.
I'm bad with names and bad... Actually, maybe yes. I think it really depends.
Oh, I wish I could have been in like a voice call when that happened. I had to just see the messages afterwards.
Sorry, Wei. he's not even here because he's at work. Sorry, Wei.
Oh man.
We love you, Wei. You can ask him for the clip, probably.
So 2 more questions did come in, but they're super easy. The first one is from Dweeble ED, or ED, just DE. Will the Char plushie have a crown and flask?
Why not?
Yeah, like Char, that's your brand. You can decide on that one if you want.
I would like it.
All right, and then from Decaf, it just says, "I love you guys, lol."
Thank you, Decaf.
Yeah, your support is greatly appreciated. Everyone's support is greatly appreciated. Thank you guys for being on this journey with us.
All right, stop refreshing. No more.
I gotta do it one more time.
No.
Okay, that's it. I'm closing the page. Closing the tab now. We're done.
All right. You can answer some questions in the chat now. But I think there's some questions in the donations. Do we want to read the donations or what? How do we?
Yeah, let's go for that. How long have we even been streaming? 2.5 hours?
2:40. 2.5. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow, that's a lot of questions.
I'll just start reading donations first then. Vertox super chatted €5. I'ma head out. Gotta fix my sleeping schedule. Have fun, guys. Thank you for coming, Vertox.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being a good friend.
Domo ariga, thanks. Super chatted. Canadian $5. Hey S-Train, what are some of the biggest challenges in cultivating an audience, and how competitive is the space?
Oh gosh, biggest challenges. The biggest singular challenge is being seen by the most amount of people as possible. Honestly, that I knew going in was going to be the biggest problem, or not the biggest problem, but the biggest obstacle to potential growth. Because, like I said before, first time I watched Akana stream, I knew she was incredible, and I knew that getting her seen by as many people as possible was going to be priority number 1 in achieving the most amount of growth for her. So that's got to be the biggest what was it, challenge? Is how that was phrased. And what was the second part?
And how competitive is this space?
Oh, shoot. The space for streaming, I wouldn't say it's necessarily competitive, because if you go on Twitch specifically, Twitch and Twitter are really good for networking. And they're like, I mean, for me, it really was as simple as you find one independent VTuber that you like on Twitch. If they have a Twitter, go to their Twitter, follow their Twitter, look for other VTubers that follow and comment on their stuff, find their stuff, follow them, and just keep going. And there are so many. Space for competition, it's not really competition, because you're not really competing with other streamers unless they are in exactly the same time slot as you. But even then, there are VODs, so you still get those views later on. So calling it competitive is sort of misrepresenting the reality of the situation, because we're all in the same industry. We all have something to gain by working together. And I wouldn't even say it's friendly competition, because you're not really gauging your success, or at least you shouldn't be gauging your success based on your follower count or your sub count or your donation amounts. That's not what it's about. It's about the community that you build around you. If you can build a good community around you, that's honestly more than a lot of people ever get to do. So you make those connections. You get you're able to collab with people that you not only enjoy watching, but that you just enjoy the company of. I mean, Char, your channel is essentially just a collaboration channel now. But that's great because you're working with people that you really enjoy being with. And like, how many people get to say that? So in that sense, the competitive space, and again, starting up a Twitch channel is super easy. Anyone can do it. A lot of people do it impulsively. It's really that simple. And if you want to be a VTuber, there are ways to sort of get into that. I mean, I guess the nice way of putting it is on a discount. But if you have the personality, if you have the desire to grow and get better, then people will notice. And then you can make those improvements that you weren't able to implement right off the bat, and you can grow as a streamer and as a VTuber. So yeah, I wouldn't say that the competitive space for a streamer is very, I guess, cutthroat. Because from what I've seen, it's an extremely supportive and interwoven community.
Oh my god, red super chat, are you okay? Thank you. We'll get to it eventually, but thank you for thank you. Okay. Continuing reading. Oldboy super chatted 99 cents. And then Oldboy super chatted $5. S-Train Live2D funds. Thank you, Oldboy.
When I first got taken on as a moderator in Kana's YouTube chat, my whole goal was to keep as low a profile as possible, only sort of, hop in with comments when someone needed to be warned about something. I didn't want this sort of like known persona, but here we are, 5 months down the line. And it's not a complaint because I'm really happy that people care about what I think. That's again not something I expected. So yeah, thank you all for listening. I'm really not. I'm not used to that.
Jaden super chatted $5. Step on me ASMR. What am I stepping on? Who is stepping on who? What?
Honestly, I see Pudding doing that before anyone else.
Pudding, not Kana. Kana literally said she wanted to step on people.
Kana literally doesn't have legs to step on people with.
That's why it's the dream. Big dream. Damn. Sorry, Kana.
We're working on it. We are working on it to make her dream a reality.
Oh, I took up. Yes. Okay, next. Tenshi donated $22.81. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule of hammer tossing and drinking to answer our questions, S-Train. Here's to many more years of Tsunderia. Thank you, Tenshi.
Yeah, I'm happy. This is a very good use of my time. I'm glad I get to directly interact with the audience and address any concerns that people have, because I know that Cenderia's reveal took a lot of people by surprise, and it was not as it wasn't as transparent as it could have been. So I'd really like to make up for that moving forward.
Yeah, we wanted to clear up any confusions and questions people had. Yeah. Okay, next question. Next donation. Oh god. Satori super chatted $5. Char is cute. What the fuck? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Satori. My mama made me really cute. I agree. Thank you. Mitchell F super chatted $5. Yo, S-Train, my favorite streamer.
I'm not a streamer. I don't do that. I don't do that.
Next, Hololive Broke Simp donated $20. Interesting to see Cinderia growth. Happy to be here since the old Kana channel. Keep up the good work, guys. Thank you.
Wow, the old Kana channel. I think that still exists.
Oh my god, the old Kana channel.
Dang. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that still exists.
I think I was the first one to know about it.
I was way late to that party. I had no idea.
So what happened was, so when it got locked, PPP like messaged me, Char, help me! The account got locked. What do I do? Boo-hoo! I'm like, what the hell do I look like? Google? I can't help you. He's like, yes, help! I'm like, bye.
Oh wow.
I was like, calm down. It's only been one day. Like, just make a new channel and start there. It's just one day. It's like, but my Google AdSense is active on the other one. Oh, whatever. You lose some money. Grow up. Okay, moving on. But yeah, that's how I learned about the locked channel. I think they got access to it too.
I learned about it from the ad, so I was way late to that.
Okay. Next, Tactical Dinner super chatted $10. Great AMA stream. I wish you guys success and keep going strong. Thank you. Thanks for the support. Thank you.
I'm still constantly blown away by how much support we get. Like I knew that the streamers were good, but I'm really happy that the audience found us. I'm so thankful for that.
We exist because of you guys. Just so you guys are part of making like this happen. Like all of you guys. So thank you for being here, for reals. Okay. The next ones are all like Rickroll. Do I even want to read them? I should read
Yes,
them.
you do.
And Thomas super chatted. New Zealand, $8.99. Never gonna give you up. And Thomas super chatted. New Zealand, $8.99. Never gonna let you down. Rafi K donated $5. The stream was very informational and a lot of fun. You two make a good combo. Shout out to S-Train for helping me with voice work in the past. Truly best girl.
I've done a couple things for Rathi. I did the interview where he interviewed me about Kana's Visage stream. And I also did the 1950s era radio voice for Char's Minesweeper handbook. That was a lot of fun. Ever since I was in high school, I've enjoyed doing that radio voice, which I've learned it actually has a name. That sort of accent is called the Mid-Atlantic accent, I think it is. I didn't even know it had a name until I started doing research for that little bit for Rathi. But it's such a pleasing voice to do. So I was really happy I actually had an excuse to do it.
Yeah, moving on. And Thomas super chatted. New Zealand, $8.99. Never gonna run around and desert you. Why this? And Thomas super chatted. New Zealand, $8.99. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Dinbo super chatted. $4.99. Cinderia is something very special. I won't stop supporting you guys. The stream was amazing, by the way. Keep doing great. Yeah, thank all of you for coming. I'm amazed so many people
thank you so
came.
much.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And Thomas super chatted. New Zealand, $8.99. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. I hope that's it.
Close enough.
Wonderful.
No one can do it like Rick does it.
Yeah. Wonderful, just wonderful. Super chatted. Canadian $100. VTuber ranking list. Number 1 is all. Yay! Charlotte Ashley. Thank you so much for the red super chat again. That's crazy. Oh
really glad that you like what we're doing.
Red's my favorite color, by the way.
No, really? No way.
Oh.
Never would have guessed.
You couldn't tell. Okay, next. Anthony Wolford super chatted $9.99. S-Train and Char, what are your favorite drink?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that one.
I like a lot of drinks. I've been doing a lot of cocktails recently, but I like gin and tonic a lot. But otherwise, I like sake a lot. Sake is amazing. It took me a while to get into sake though. I thought it tasted like nasty medicine for the longest time.
I think for me, it's Mountain Dew Code Red. As much as I love Baja Blast, Code Red is probably my number 1. I know a lot of people are going to be surprised it's not like a rum and coke or something like that. I don't drink because I enjoy it. I drink because I have to do something to deal with the stress of handling YouTube chat. So it's not something I enjoy. It's something I'm forced into.
Taco Bell sells the Code Red.
No, they do the Baja Blast.
But Charcoal Bell gotta have a signature red drink.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have the Code Red on tap.
Okay, next, Darjeeling super chatted $1.99. New here. What's y'all's opinion on rhythm games? I love rhythm games. You'll probably see me streaming some, but they might not be like streams that I can keep up. So you'll have to catch it. That's the thing. It's kind of tricky.
Yeah, rhythm games and copyright are not having a good time right now. I forget which one it was. There was one. I think it was Just Dance. The copyright holders of the songs in Just Dance have been very, let's say, strict.
I love Just Dance.
Yeah. So yeah, that's treading a very fine line there as to how we want to move forward with that. My personal view on rhythm games, I was very big into Dance Dance Revolution in my youth. I got pretty into that. Same with Step Mania. I did that for a while and I got very good at that as well. From there, I jumped to Guitar Hero and got very good at that. And then jumped into Rock Band, where I started doing guitar and drums. I was much better at guitar, but drumming was a lot more fun, I think. But yeah, I think Rock Band 3 was sort of where I drew the line with rhythm games. I tried getting into Os or Os. I'm bad with pronunciations. I've tried saying the name of that game like 7 different ways and been mocked for all of them. So that game, the one that's in all lowercase with the exclamation point. See, I said Osu first, and I got laughed at by someone who actually speaks a bit of Japanese. So,
Really?
Yeah.
That's why it's only a bit of Japanese.
So I've been very scared of saying that name ever since. Yeah, so like I've said Osu, I've said Os, and just every time people are like, "Why do you say it like that?" I'm like, "Well, I'm friggin' sorry. I have smooth American brain. Please don't bully." So I tried that for like a day and was like, this is way too much. I'm getting sensory overload.
I love Osu. I'll probably play Osu.
Yeah, so that like my stance on rhythm games is like I was really into them. I really enjoy the sort of challenge, and like I play guitar sometimes, so like I'd like to think I have pretty good rhythm and can sort of like predict rhythmic changes and key changes and stuff like that. I don't know, after a certain point, I think I just would rather learn how to play something on guitar than, you know, grind a song for, you know, for a high score. It's like, well, I can make it myself, so yeah, I'll just do that.
S-Train songs on Osu.
When I can safely pronounce it, that's when.
Okay. Yeah, also S-Train beat map. Oh my gosh. Okay, next. Saint RL donated $1.43. Target age group ? For both applicants and viewers.
That's a wow. Are you looking for a job? I don't think anyone's asked that question. That's not something I've ever thought about. We have those analytics available to us. I'm pretty sure that the largest demographics are was like 14 to 34, I think, encompasses the two big demographics. Yeah, I feel like that's probably the biggest the biggest group there that VTubers in general appeal to. The last percentages I saw, well, it's the reason why it's broad is because it's two demographics. Yeah, what is it, like 13 to 17, and then like 18 to 34. And honestly, those two percentages were pretty close. So it's really not one over the other; it's both.
I think it depends on the streamer too. Like my streams are much more geared towards older audience. I mean, I freaking drink on like 90% of my streams. Like, I wouldn't want 9-year-olds watching my stream. So yeah, there's that. But half of the question was for applicants, and for applicants for sure, they have to be of legal working age. That is the target age group.
Yeah, actually being able to accept the position is pretty important.
Yes. We're not calling you guys old. I'm just saying, you know, a more mature audience. Like a lot of younger audience can't stand drinking, or like their parents won't allow it, that kind of stuff. Like it makes them uncomfortable. So you know, my content isn't the best for the youngins.
You calling us boomers? I'm calling myself a boomer right now, so you guys can. I'm calling myself a boomer for everyone.
So yeah, I think it varies. Viewer target age group varies per streamer for sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, honestly, it's more to do with one, can you stream consistently every week as a job essentially, and two, like, do you have the potential to, you know, grab an audience and form a community around yourself? Those are really the two big things. We're not too concerned about like hitting target audiences within certain demographics in certain parts of the world. Like, that's whatever, dude. If you just be yourself and we'll worry about the rest.
Okay, next. Tensai Gamer M has super chatted $2. Are you Hachama's American sister?
I'd like to think you cook a little bit better. I'd like to believe that.
If you guys want to think that, then sure. Like I have no problem with that. But we're
All right, chat. You heard her.
people.
Send feet pics to Char at.
Oh no feet pics! No! Help! Pizza smoothie stream. Yeah. Oh my god. Maybe not feet pics. Maybe I could do cat reviews or something.
Cat reviews. I showed you my kitten. Please respond.
Yeah. Alright, next. Volution has super chatted $2. Elite Beat Agents on DS was my jam. Yo, that game was awesome. That was the original Osu. That was a fun game for sure. Do you know that game?
That and I think Parappa the Rappa are like the two when you're like, oh you
Parappa the Rappa, what?
Oh my gosh. Char, I think you have to stream Parappa the Rappa.
What the what? Parappa the Rapper? The Parappa rap.
The Rappa.
Papa.
That was oh gosh, was that for the PS1?
Huh?
Yeah, that was a while ago. That game was like one of the original like rhythm games.
I guess I gotta play Papa.
We'll work on that.
Wait, but I need a PS1 to play? Oh, there's a remake. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'll look it up after this. That sounds fun.
Yeah, oh man. It's got like it has like the unironic Paper Mario graphics. Like,
oh.
Like that was just what games used to look like, so
Alright. Alright. I think we're done reading donation. Should we end here? Do we want to talk with the chat a bit more?
we can. I got nothing else going on. I've cleared my day for this.
Chat, do you have any more questions? Charappa the rappa.
My liver's doing good because I haven't had to moderate this chat. I feel bad for Razzie though. Send your love to Razzie.
Uni, welcome to my membership. Thank you. Yay. I did a collab with Uni on her channel on Sunday. The VOD is up on her YouTube. You should check it out. Look at that chip.
I saw a good one by Fluffy Poison asked, if I wanted to be a VTuber, how should I go about that? Is there anything specific I should focus on? First thing, make a channel and start streaming. It would be very unwise to invest money in a model unless you want to model it yourself, in rigging unless you want to rig it yourself, which is extremely difficult.
I suggest trying out both. You learn so much.
Yes, no, I mean, definitely give it a shot. But if you want to find out if being a VTuber is something you want to pursue full time, first thing you gotta do is be a streamer, because that's the foundation, and that's the strong foundation of any good VTuber is you have to be a good streamer. So get streaming experience, and from there, if that's still something you want to pursue, then you start looking into modeling, whether you want to hire someone to do it or make your own, into rigging, whether you want to hire someone to do that or to do it yourself. I wouldn't really recommend that because it is very, very difficult, and that is where a majority of the startup cost goes into, if you want to do it right. But yes, there are sort of alternatives on a budget to get around that, if that really is something you're serious about doing. But definitely lay that foundation first. Stream often. and get a feel for what your personality is as a streamer and what your comfort level is as a streamer. Because if you're not comfortable doing it, you're eventually going to stop. And if that's what you're going to do, then there's no sense in investing a whole lot of money into it.
Make educated decisions. Do your research. Oh, big questions.
Yes, lot of big questions. Jinx, who is they also were what was it, like J formerly K, I think it was.
Oh.
In terms of applicant skills, do you expect people to be professionals in like art and music, or are self-taught beginners with a lot of promise okay? We're big on potential. If we think you have the ability to grow, then that is a very big thing. Having said that, if you do have experience in art and music, that's a big plus, because if you've already invested time and occasionally money in stuff like vocal lessons, that shows us that you're very serious about that aspect of your personality. So like there's pros and cons to both, essentially. Yeah, really, we just want to know where you are, where you want to go, and where you see yourself going in the future, and whether or not we can help with that.
For me, at least, yeah, like Estrin said, we hire for potential, and I'm like extra big on it. Like, Estrin uses numbers to judge like experience and stuff. Like I don't even look at the numbers. If you show me that you have like a diploma graduating from like the biggest music school, I'm gonna disqualify you right there, because you're flexing something I don't care about. So like, just like I don't care about like how amazing you are on paper. Like, show me how amazing you are. I don't care about your like supposed stats. Like, who cares? So I'm pretty like critical on like judging potential.
Yeah, and I mean something that probably should be said is that Char and I are both different stages of dropout of the education system. So it's like
we're both school dropouts.
Yeah, so like if you have like a master's degree, I'd be like, wow.
I don't care.
Well, for me, it's more like, wow, you spent a lot of time doing this.
Yeah. Are you actually serious about it?
Well, not just that, but it's like, why, like, you didn't get a master's degree in being a VTuber, so why are you making the change now after all of that time and money spent doing this other thing? So, like, yeah, basically.
No, don't drop out. I mean, like, make a educated decision. Like, my education was not necessary for my job or my role.
Same.
Exactly. Like, there's no point in putting yourself through lifetime debt, which I currently am now, for like a stupid piece of paper that does nothing for you. Like, if you're serious about making a career, like, learn what you need for that career. Don't be stupid. I don't know, just like, don't waste your time if you know what you want to be, you know?
Went to medical school, became a VTuber, exactly. Like, it's such an odd... I mean, like, I look at the industries that I've worked in. I've worked in, like, tech support, and athletics, and media, and customer service, and the entertainment industries, and it's like, there's not really a consistent theme. It's mostly just been like, what can I do that I would be good at and will like support me, eventually. Essentially, I've fallen into a lot of different positions, including this one. So it really, there's life is so strange. So like, we don't like if you do have a master's degree and you want to be a VTuber, we're not going to judge you. We're just sort of curious as to why. As to what the circumstances are. Year 3 med school, that's a lot of time. At the same time, if any of us have a medical emergency, I know who I'd want on staff.
For real, sir. What is that question? How much has Char's drinking problem cost Tsunderia? Are you kidding me? I think it's only been a net gain. Okay.
Yeah, we've gotten content out of it. I call that a positive.
Yes, yes. Wasn't there another chunky question that we missed?
There are a few questions that came through that were pretty good. Could you sell voice packs as alarms or PC notifications? Yeah, that's absolutely something we're looking into when we get the merch line set up, our voice packs. God, imagine waking up every morning to Kana yelling stupid. Like, that's... Who wouldn't want to start their day like that?
No, don't take my booze. I actually drank a little before I started streaming today.
No one's surprised.
Hey, and I want to end the stream so I could get another.
Okay, now that's cutting into the content. Now I think you have a problem.
Yeah. I just want to chillax, you know. Come on.
Yes, a clothing line. That is something else we're looking into as well. At first, we were looking into just something we could start up pretty quickly, relatively risk-free, like Teespring, but we're sort of adjusting our focus to more, I guess, higher quality products. This is something that we have more quality control of in the production phase.
Someone asked, if you hired someone nice and then they turned toxic once they got fame, how would you handle it?
That is such a hard question.
We try to hire good people, but you know that's something that's unavoidable sometimes. You know, we'll try to talk to them, obviously, but if things don't work out, I think we have to let them go. Like,
yeah.
If it causes issues, yeah.
That's absolutely a worst case scenario. There are, yeah, I can't really get into like contract specifics, but certainly if it gets toxic enough to where like this is someone that we don't want associated with the Cinderia brand or the Cinderia logo, if it's not consistent with sort of our view of how we want the company to progress, yeah, worst case scenario is that we just dissolve the contract, which is definitely not something we want to do, and we'd like to think that we can avoid that with all of the different phases of the application process. But yeah, if worst case scenario that were to happen,
let's hope
yeah,
it doesn't, though.
yeah, we wouldn't keep him around for any longer than we have to.
Yeah.
Because we have to look out for everyone, you know.
Right.
If we have someone who's hurting Cinderia as a company, then they're hurting every other streamer that we represent, and yeah, we have to look out for them too.
And so what? Yusuke, who the heck drinks alcohol before work, Char? You know, I'll have you know, my work, like we drink during work. It was like my CEO hands me a glass of kachaka. Like, it just happens. I'm used to working with like right next to a drink bar. That's really the work culture that I'm used to. So I actually drink quite a bit.
Jacob asked an interesting question that I've seen other people ask as well. Is it just me or does HoloLive not have chat moderators? I have seen Niji Sanji was looking for chat moderators, and one of the stipulations of being a chat moderator is not typing in chat. You have to be a silent moderator.
Oh.
I would assume HoloLive has the same stipulation. I'm not entirely sure why, but I would guess it is to sort of promote more of a pre-chatting culture. So that would be my guess. I don't know for sure that Hololive does that, but I know Niji Sanchi does.
I think they try to keep like the backstage workers kind of unknown. Just have all the attention on the idol. I think that would make sense.
Yeah, exactly. Hololive, they don't have their own streamers as mods. They give them that blue wrench so that their name is blue, so that when they type in chat, it stands out. But they're not actually expected to do any like moderation of the chat.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. I'm learning. Okay.
I mean, like I said, I don't know that for sure, but I haven't seen it essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So that just kind of makes the most amount of sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we try to get mods who aren't arrogant. I think our mods do a pretty good job. Like this wouldn't exist if they weren't here. I'm super grateful to my mods. Like especially my endurance streams. Like I don't expect them to be there the whole 10 hours, but they still do. Like I owe them my lives, really. Yeah, we have awesome mods.
An S-Train Pillow Talk voice pack? I'm sorry, what? That's oddly specific. I'll have to think about that. S-Train's abs on a pillow pog.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, we're trying to get foreign language speaking mods as needed. Like there's no point there's no point getting a Japanese mod if there's no Japanese in the chat. And I could read the Japanese, so I'll just be like, ban that person. Well, it should be pretty obvious. But I think we did get like Filipino speaking mods for Pudding's chat, so it is coming as it goes. Any other questions before I go drink? Oh, S-Train emotes. They do exist, but I don't think they'll be in the Discord servers. They're S-Train users.
Yeah, I commissioned 2 for my personal use because they are of me. Yes, I only use them when applicable, which is not super often, thankfully, because one is me with a hammer, and the other is me downing some alcohol. So yeah, they're very good, and I like not using them because that implies that I am stressed and banning people, which I would rather not do either of. Right.
Yeah, you should look out for some of those. They do exist. Like you have to, look in the corners of our servers. You might see some. I know he's reacted to some stuff with it. Like I've seen it.
It's like seeing a double rainbow.
It's like, wait a second. Is that what I think it is?
Like, no way. What does it mean?
Snacks. I like hot Cheeto puffs, but I ban myself from snacks because I'm a cereal snacker. Like I eat the entire family pack in one sitting. Like there's no in between.
Mine is just general like party snack mix. I don't know how else to describe it because I just get like jugs of it, and it's usually like a store brand. I've actually got some sitting next to me right now. It's got like Cheetos and like cheddar cheese sun chips and pretzels and the hell else is in there? Like nacho cheese Doritos. That's the good stuff because that lasts a while.
Oh, for sake recommendations, if you guys can get Namazake, I would recommend you trying that. but it's kind of hard since namazake is raw sake, so that means it needs to be carefully imported wherever you are. So, and that means no exposure to sunlight, and also in cold temperature. So that it might die during transportation. So you need to find like a very specific, reputable sake importer to get it. Yeah.
Sounds like me. Don't expose it to sunlight. Don't jostle it unnecessarily.
It's not necessarily expensive. You can find it in cans sometimes, but it's it's more of like a drink at your own risk because it's not pasteurized. But since it's not pasteurized, it has the basically intended flavor of the sake. It has a wide range of flavors. It's really amazing. You should try it if you can. And what is that? Salmiakki? I'm not sure what that is. Is that a sake brand?
Finnish licorice. What a...
Oh,
I wasn't expecting to see those two
very
words together
specific.
today.
Oh, beer! I'm actually not very good with beer unless it's fruity flavored. Like, beer is so hard to drink. It's a meal. It's so heavy.
What did you have for dinner last night? A beer? Like...
Basically, like, if I drink beer, then I can't stomach anything else. Like, I can't even finish like a glass of beer. Like, I always ask my friends to finish it for me.
Someone did ask who is best girl, which I definitely refuse to answer because everyone that we have is super important and.
But if you're asking who the Tsundere is, it's PPP.
Even though you step on it. Is it challenging managing VTubers from different culture, time zone, and English comprehension? I think all three of our streamers comprehend English just fine. I'd like to think so. The different culture is interesting because my sort of exposure to Filipino culture has been pretty limited, I would say. So I've definitely picked up a lot from moderating Pudding's streams and interacting with Pudding's chat. I've learned a lot of different creative ways to swear in 3 different languages. So that's cool, I guess. So that has been a learning experience for me. But it's been, I wouldn't say challenging. I would say it's definitely been more informative than challenging. Yeah, I think the time zones has been the hardest part. Managing people's schedules from different parts of the world is. I'm just glad that there are programs out there that make it a little bit easier, because trying to do it on like a whiteboard would be ridiculous. So, yeah, that's been the hardest part, I would say.
And would I collab with Japanese-only VTubers? I can try. I speak casual Japanese, but it's been a while since I've spoken Japanese. Like, I used to be much better. Like, I could trick Japanese people into thinking I'm Japanese. Like, now I'm just... I've been downgraded. I've been spoke Japanese. Like, I got pulled into becoming a VTuber and using Japanese for the first time in 5 years. So it's very difficult.
Dang.
It's like, imagine, like... I don't know, it's like using a muscle you haven't used it forever. So yeah. So I'll do my best.
How did you learn Japanese? Was a question that was asked.
I started learning Japanese because I got kicked out of Chinese class.
Great story.
And you know, it just kind of happened. I needed a language credit, and I was like, Japanese, 8 a.m. time to die. And I missed so much class that my sensei was like, Hisashiburi. So it's which means long time no see
what does that
in Japanese.
Oh. Amazing.
I'm quite like, I'm a dropout, but I was also an avid class skipper, so I mean, it wasn't bad.
Usually the two go together.
Yeah, it's like, it's such a waste of time. My time is my most important thing, and I wish PPP would respect that. And I wish everyone should respect each other, like, for their time. So, dude, he tells me the stupidest shit. Sometimes I'm like, you're wasting my brain cells on this. Like, really? Like, but yeah. like, yeah. So I do skip class sometimes if I feel like they're no good. Like, I watch a lot of videos, like learning videos on YouTube and whatever platforms on ×2 speed. And that's the speed I learn it. But when I go to class, the teacher is speaking so slow, I cannot comprehend. Like, I already forgot what he was saying, like, by the time he finishes sentences. So, like, I believe everyone learns differently. And going to class and following the same structure as everyone else isn't necessarily the best way. Like, I just don't learn in classroom settings. So, yeah.
Yeah, everyone has their own method. That's for sure.
But find out the way you learn best is probably one of the most important things you should figure out while you're young.
Yeah, and like, I hear a lot of people being like, the best way to learn something is just to do it, and then you learn on the way. It's like, don't speak for everyone, because that's not true.
Right.
For a lot of things, like, I'm sure you wouldn't go parachuting for the first time by just doing it, and then you'll figure it out as you're on the way down. Like, that's not a good mentality to have. You, like, a lot of things need prior study. Sometimes in a classroom setting, sometimes, you know, following along with like a video at your own pace. But like, everyone has their own way of learning things, and that's probably the most useful knowledge you can get by like going to school and staying in the education system, is finding out how you learn those things. Because a majority of life skills that you pick up, you're not going to pick up in the classroom, but it will teach you about yourself and how best to acquire that life knowledge.
Knowledge is key. Oh my gosh, it's like a lot of people say I know a lot of stuff, like I'm very smart and knowledgeable, but the wild thing is like the more knowledge you obtain, you realize you know nothing. The more you know, the more you realize you know absolutely nothing. Like, there's so much out there. So like,
there is.
Actually, the smarter I get, the dumber I feel. It kind of be like that. But that just means there's so much more for me to learn. So you just gotta be humble and accept it.
Yeah, no, staying humble is definitely important. One of my, I think, biggest pet peeves, and this is something that you see a lot of, and it's actually encouraged in athletics, is the sort of attitude of like, you know, you can do anything, and whether it's you personally can do anything or you as a team can do anything, it's like, never really bought into that. Never really bought into that mindset of like, you have that mindset and then you sort of rise to that that pedestal that you put yourself on. Because another thing that sports, especially baseball, teaches you is that you're gonna fail a lot. Even the most successful people at any sport fail a lot. So it's not about, you know, it's not about being like, oh, you're the best, you can do anything. Because even if you are the best and you can do anything, you're still going to fail a lot. And if you don't know how to grow from that, then you're never going to be anything but a failure, honestly. Like, being totally blunt, I've known some very, very talented athletes who just avoided all self-reflection. And, you know, unless you really are that, like, top 0.0001%, there's going to be a time, and it's going to be soon, where you're going to have to figure out something else to do because you're not going to have that sport as your identity anymore. So being well-rounded and knowing yourself and not just identifying yourself as that one thing that you do is incredibly important. And I mean, it's not just in athletics too. People identify themselves as like just one thing and like that's it. And those aren't real humans. Those are the closest to NPCs you're gonna find outside of like a Bethesda game. Like you need to have more of an identity. And that's honestly, that's something that I am very happy to say is well represented in Cinderia, both in staff and streamers, is that they're not just one thing. It's really nice to be around a lot of people like that.
Good night. I think I'm gonna end the stream soon. I got an eyelash in my eye, and I don't feel so Gucci.
Is that the code word for alcohol in a glass?
No,
eyelash in the eye.
That's why I'm blinking so much. There's an eyelash in my eye. It hurts. I can't get it out. Jesus. I'm gonna end the stream before I go blind. Oh my god. This is
I've got a double eyelash waiting for me.
Oh my god.
Sure.
Hey. Anyways, let's say bye. Thanks everyone for coming.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for all the questions and for being interested in what it is we do and for wanting to be a part of it with us.
Yeah, I hope this was informative. So we got another super chat. 熱い女性 super chatted. PHP $99. I wasn't expecting life lessons. Thank you. Yes, we're always here to teach more.
Yeah, we have many between us for sure.
I'm not a boomer.
I am.
Yes, everyone, take care. Okay, have a great night. I don't know if we'll have another one in the future, but I hope this was enough to clear up all questions.
Yeah, I feel like we cleared up like the big ones. I know there was some misinformation, some rumors out there about us when we first got announced. Yeah, I'm absolutely not opposed to hopping on streams and helping out on stream if that's what people want.
Thanks again, everyone. Oh, before I go, I want to announce that we have a Cenderia collab stream with Liliana Vampire from My Holo TV on Saturday, 6 p.m. PDT. Don't miss it. This
time it's for sure going to be Ultimate Chicken Horse.
Yes, for sure this time is Ultimate Chicken.
No pranks.
So yeah, come join us in our cute vampire. You're gonna have so much fun. Yes, Tomato Sans. Yes. Yes. See you guys on Saturday. Alright, bye-bye. Hoshino. Say bye, S-Train.
Oh, I have to say, oh shoot, right. Streamer mode activate. Bye. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye-bye.